Here we go again. This is nuts. So I'm moving my coffee cup and I hit the damn USB port. So now I'm open on this side now. I swear today is just like, this is why I don't do lives. I like videos. Lives are too technical. This is way too much going on. I moved my coffee cup, so I'm gonna grab it. I hit it. Next thing you know, it's like, holy shit, the whole camera disappeared. But I think y'all can still hear me. But it's like so YouTube wouldn't allow the camera to reestablish. So I had to start the live all the way over again. Whatever. I swear it's just like, if it ain't one thing, it's another, man. What up, Master Dasher? What up, Jonathan? Yeah, man. I don't know what the deal is, man. I swear to God. Like anything that can possibly go wrong in my day sometimes goes wrong. He said, I got abducted. I was sitting here, all of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, where'd Jeff go? You know, we're in Arizona, man. We got aliens out here always dropping out of the sky any damn ways. Man. Yeah, so I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden, it's like, the hell? I hit the damn camera, and YouTube wouldn't bring my camera back up. But I think the vocals were still working. The audio was still working. Just the camera wouldn't boot back up. I had to restart it over. Man, I can't stand YouTube sometimes. And just like when I was working on that truck, this is why I was taking so long with that truck. So I'm ordering the axles. I get everything here. The damn axle was about a ½ inch too short. They sent me the wrong one. They sent me the right side, not the left side. And it clearly said left side. And the guy was like, no, we sent you the left. Swear to God, things like that happen to me all the time. Like people wonder, why don't I get upset when things happen? Because shit always happens. It's like, I'm so over it. It's like, I do not stress about, I can get a flat tire and just start laughing. Because shit always happens, man. It's like, nope, I don't stress. It's too, if I stressed about every time something happened to me, I'd be stressing all day, every day. It's like, no, you know what? This kind of messed up. Let's just redo it again. I'm not worried about it. Whatever. Swear to God. So now I got my coffee cup sitting up here in the front. I'm not putting it where I normally put it. I'm like, Argh. All right. So then we got Necro Jonathan. What up, Zach? My man, Zach's in the house. Shoot. I'm going to put some people in here. Let me see. Let's do like this. Necro. Yeah, exactly. It is what it is. That's basically how life is, man. It is what it is, man. I swear to God. It's like, geez. And you know, especially us, because we drive a lot and we deal. And I was telling some lady the other day, we can deal with up to 60 people each day, 60 different people. So we've got to have thick skin. We've got to be allowed to, things will mess up or things will get screwed up. And we got to learn to live right past it. As drivers, it teaches you how to let the small shit just go away. Don't even deal with it. Don't even deal with it. We'll have, a check engine light will pop on when I'm driving, the Jeep or something like that. And I'm just like, God damn, another check engine light. Use my little OBD reader. Professional. That's what's up. What up, Mr. Gambit? Hey, happy Saturday, man. Today's that money day. We finna go out and get it today. We got to go get it. See, exactly, Frank, you was talking about the cartel, and look what happened. They came and jacked me out my garage, man. They pinged my signals that we know where he at. Shoot, I'm like, don't say cartel. Don't. No. Tom is my man. No. And that's probably why they didn't let my camera keep running, man. I was like, why the hell won't they boot my camera back up? Nope, had to restart the whole live, man. Crazy. Yeah, but I was saying, man, and we deal with all these people a day, so you got to have thick skin. If you don't have thick skin and ride share, trust me, things are going to just run you down and wear you down. You got to learn to look at stuff and be like, you know what? I'll figure it out later. Little check engine lights don't even irritate me. I'm like, it must have been the ECU must have triggered something. Plug it in, sure enough, OBD sensor, something crazy. Oh, Mr. Gambit got that. Hey, last night, like I was saying in the last live before it dropped, I got my butt kicked on Thursday. Last night, Friday, man, $580. I swear I could have went well over 600, but I just called it good. It was getting like 3:00 in the morning. But at the beginning of the day, I was like, man, this could be $1,000 day. That's how crazy it was. I mean, it was just ride after ride after ride, like nonstop. They were throwing stuff in my queue. I had to take like an hour, 2 hour break right in the middle. I said, you know what? I'm going to go home, shower up, eat, relax for a second, wash the car. Then I'm going to get back out. That's how good money was. It was that good, that good. But hey, you know, I got to be professional. Wait a minute. Well, people don't know why my shirt says professional. This is my microphone right here. And when I ordered this mic, that's what it was. It had 2 V's in the middle. I'm like, what the hell? Where did I order this mic from? Wish? What the hell? So that makes me a professional now. I'm a professional with 2 V's, baby. They be like, what? How do you spell professional with V's? I'm like, it is what it is, man. It's like my man say, it is what it is. It's like you order something and it's misspelled. Like my man Master Datcher says, it is what it is. Just keep it moving. Don't even worry about it. They load every event. Oh, so y'all get every event loaded. See, I used to get like maybe a day or 2 loaded up in advance. They would load my app, give me a couple of days in advance. They wouldn't give me the whole week because I think they would try to make me open it every day to see what else was out there. But a whole week, you can plan your week out. That's pretty good. I like that. Oh, Frank, yeah. Terminal 4 South Side. The thing about Terminal 4 at the Phoenix Airport on the South is everybody has to go past that. So people are trying to pull in while people are trying to pull out. So it backs all the traffic up. And that's where cars always end up hitting each other right there. Terminal 3 South too, because Terminal 3 South is right before that curve swings around. So trying to get out, yeah, you ain't getting out. That's why I tell everybody, hey, if you can get on North, let's try to do North. And I'll sometimes park on North and be like, hey, can you just walk through the gate, just walk through the terminal and come on North because you're sitting South? No problem. And they'll do it. It's like, I'll go North. I'm like, I'm not messing with that South side, man. Forget that. Nuh-uh. So wait a minute. They're using Terminal 2 now? Oh, 2 and 4. You talking about the spots so you can move up a little further. Yeah, I think you're right. Yep. Because that way people don't get rear-ended because people are coming around. And like I said, I used to not do airport that much. I've been doing a little bit more lately because I need something like a Prius. I need something with a bigger trunk because that BMW got a very small trunk. The Jeep, I would do it all the time. It's got a much bigger trunk. But with this, nah, I ain't getting that car smashed up at the airport. But now I see that they're scooting people up further. That's good because they would have them right at the tail end and everybody is flying in and they're right at the tail end. And that's where all the accidents are happening. So I'm glad to see them scooting it down a little bit. That's good. That's good. I'll pay attention to that next time. I'll kind of go up there. But I know the airport, what is it? The little airport patrol, they don't like us because they'll walk up to our car and be like, sir, you got to move up. Sir, you got to do this. Sir, I'm like, dude, my people are right there. I'm waiting. They take their job way too damn serious. I'm like, just move out the way. Let me get the luggage in the car and I'm out of your way. But you sitting here screwing with me, I'm going to be here a little bit longer. Stop screwing with me. But yeah, I don't like that, man. I don't like that. They took your picture the other day. Oh, they do that all the time. I be seeing them do that to people walking up. Take a picture of the license plate, take a picture of the car. They probably be sending it to Lyft or Uber or something. All you got to do is just give them the finger. Next time they take a picture, make sure you put your finger up like this. Be in a picture like. Because I say, man, I'm working. Don't mess with me while I'm working. So I'll be just like this. Don't mess with me while I'm working. Oh, you can get banned from the airport? I don't know. That might be a good thing. You probably won't be tolling your car out anytime soon, for real. But King James, you out driving right now, man? Because like I said, I'm not going out for another couple of hours. I'll probably be out 4:30, 5 o'clock. Because right now it's what, 1:15 right now. Man, I got to do this drawing. Y'all killing me. Y'all killing me, man. So what time is it? How many names I got? Oh, I got quite a few in here. All right, this is what we can do. We can tell everybody. All right, because I can't change any of this anyways. So I would say pick a number. If everybody could pick a number between 1 and 50, whoever comes closer to the number of where I got your name, you win one of the shirts in the back. But like I said, you got to pick a number. Just pick a number, and because I already got your name on a number right now, pick a number between 1 and 50. Whoever is closest to their number. So Frank says 50. I don't put 50 next to Frank. Master Dasher says 37. All right, 37. Shane says 37. 37. Mr. Gambit says 7. Eric says 12. Hello. Where did I put Mr. Gambit at? Where did I put Mr. Gambit? Oh, he's up here. All right. Wait a minute. Vinny says 30. Vinny says 30 because that's what this router's paying me right now. Where does Vinny? Oh, here's Vinny right up here. Steve Hines, 39. Oh, Steve, I didn't put Steve on. Jonathan says 11. Wait a minute. Let me open this up. Jonathan says 11. Let me see. Who's close? Who's close? Ooh, that's crazy. Hit the thumbs button. All right, I'm gonna try to turn this camera around and show y'all exactly like what the screen is. Steve, I didn't get you on there, man, because I had started it from the last one. All right, I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only got 6 names that were actually from that last live that are on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Steve, dang it, I didn't put you on there, Steve. All right, so I'm gonna show you. Let me open the screen up. Wait, Necro's got to give me a number. James got to give me a number. Necro and James got to give me a number. Hold up. Novice Bet's got to give me a number. Christine, she took off. All Praises got to give me a number. All right. Robert Reese, he's probably on the last one. He didn't give me a number yet. Side gig, Jeff didn't give me a number. All right. Oh, this is so crazy. This is so great. You know what? Hey, James, give me a number between 1 and 50. Give me a number. King James, give me a number between 1 and 50. What do you got? Because right now I already see one person is like, it's going to be hard to beat one person already. Because it's like, geez. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to show y'all the screen with everybody's number on it right now. All right. Let me, come on, open this thing. There we go. All right. I'm going to take the camera down and show y'all the screen. Let's hope this shit don't drop again. Hold up. Can everybody see? All right. Wait a minute. So Gambit, you chose 12 and you're on line number 9. So you're 3 away. It's pretty damn close. You're 3 away. Master Dasher, you're on line 15. You chose 37. So you're like 22 away. Vinny said 16. He's at 32. He's on 16. So he's 16 away. Gambit is still like so close. He's 3 away. James said 28. He's on line 23. Shane said 37. He's on line 27. What'd you say? Jonathan said, I said 11. Yep. Jonathan said 11. He's on line 32. So, and Frank said 50, and he's on line 38. So it looks like Frank was 12 away. Jonathan, you're like 21 away. Yeah. Shane was 10 away. James was 5 away. Vinny was 16 away. Master Dasher was 15 away. No, 22 away. Gambit was 3 away. So we'll say Gambit and King James, because y'all were 3 away and 5 away. So I'll say, okay, that was 2 right there. 2 shirts. We'll do 2 shirts. That's what's up. That's what's up. That was a pretty good one right there, man. Y'all got pretty close. Let me get this back here. That was pretty close, man. That was pretty close. So Gambit and King James, man, congrats. That was, I think I'm gonna do that again next time. I like that. So, like I said, I got 2 XL shirts. Well, all 3 of them are XL shirts. Y'all just gotta tell me which ones y'all want. Like I said, you can send me a let me give you my email address. UberJeepAZ, AZ@gmail.com. So that's my email address. So you can send me the like where you want me to ship it to or something like that. I'll try to get it out in the mail like Monday or Tuesday. I'll be driving. Well, James, I got to give you this thing any damn way, man. So you were what, 5 away? I got you. It was fun, like gambling. Exactly. It was like playing the lottery. I'm telling you, man. So I'll do that again next time. I'll just put everybody on different lines, have people just choose a number, and then hopefully I can get the screen like clear next time, more clear. But yeah, so next time I'll do that again. That was pretty easy. I like that. That was pretty easy. Cool, cool. And hey, Gambit, you wear extra large? What do you wear? What size you wear? Hey, King James in the building. And hey, James, your arm got to heal up, man. You can't even wear a long sleeve. You can probably wear a short sleeve, no longs, but okay. So Gambit wants the black one, XL or 2X. All right, bet. Because that right there is an XL. Cool. So that's an extra large right there. But if you need a 2X, let me know because I can give this XL away the next time and I can give you a 2X, whichever one you want. Just let me know. Like I said, just shoot me an email. Let me know your address. Say, hey, give me the 2X. That way you don't get a shirt that's like too tight, walk around with a muscle shirt on or something like that. All right, bet. I'll make you a 2X because that one's too small for you. Because like I said, sometimes I'll be trying to wear a large and I'm like, damn it, I'm too old for this damn large. I need an XL. My XL's flow. Yeah, cool. So thanks for gambling with us, y'all. King James, what size you wear, man? You gonna wear a large or you gonna get an XL, one of these XLs? Because I got to make Gambit a different XL, so he's gonna get a 2X black. So this XL black is open right there. And then, like I said, I got the DoorDash one and I got that one. James, you don't do DoorDash anyways, man. All right, bet, Mr. Gambit. I got you, brother. I got you. Like I said, I'll send that out. Like I said, I'll be driving Sunday night. So I'll wake up kind of late Monday, get everything done and all that, and see if I can get it out in the mail. Because I've used the post office that's like 24 hours, a little kiosk. So I'll try to get it in the mail for you. Then I'll email you the tracking number. All right, James. Man, neither one of y'all wear XL. That's so messed up. All right. Then that means these shirts are on deck for next time. I got to make 2 different shirts now. Cool. All right. So I'll get y'all, I'll get these shirts out. I'll get you a tracking number, Mr. Gambit, or whatever. And like I said, hey, enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. I'll have to put Mr. Gambit 2000 or something on the sleeve. Put Gambit 2000. Because I always put something on the sleeve. Because when I drive, because usually on the shoulder, I'll put like tips appreciated or something like that. So I'll put like Mr. Gambit on the sleeve. Put, you're not entitled to success. And on the back, put something like regarding tips or whatever. Be like, please tip your driver. Don't forget to tip your driver. Be like, what? Yeah, so, all right. No problem, y'all. No problem, man. I appreciate y'all playing the game with me, man. Like I said, I've been meaning to get this stuff out there. I was thinking about putting Uber Jeep AZ on it, but I'm like, man, I don't want to. This is somebody else's shirt. I wear Uber Jeep AZ on my stuff, man. You don't want to put Uber Jeep on somebody else's clothes. Like, nah. I just want to give them a cool statement shirt. So when you walk in Walmart, you walk somewhere, people be like, my kid needs to see that damn shirt. You are not entitled to success. Work hard at it if you want it that bad, damn it. It's like, if you don't want it, oh, you welcome, Mr. Gambit. You welcome. Thanks for playing. Hey, you were close. When you said your number, I was like, damn, he almost hit it on the nose. You pretty good, man. That was pretty good. And Vinny, he said, what, 32? And he was 16. All he had to do was multiply it by 2. If he would have just said, you know what? No, because he was, what, 16? He was on line 16. If he would have divided it in half, what did Vinny get? Yeah, he was on line 16. He was exactly half. Damn. That's crazy, man. Shane said, what, 37? He was 27. These are some pretty good guesses, man. Frank said 38. He was 50. Well, he said 50. He was 38. He was up there. Y'all pretty good guesses, man. That's energy right there. I don't believe Mr. Gamble was that damn close. I was like, holy shit, he almost guessed it. Time to go play the lottery, man. Go put your numbers in. Yeah, but what is 1:30 right now? So I just wanted to make sure I gave them shirts away or whatever. So let me see, Mr. Gambit, I got your shirt coming out to you Monday night or Tuesday. James, I got to get yours to you, so it'll probably be about the same. I have to either hit you up and meet you downtown or something like that. I'll figure it out, brother. I got you covered. He said picking skills. Dude, that was a close call, man. I was like, damn, that was cool. It's like, and I'll just randomly put names in like random cells everywhere. It's like, hey, whatever they guess is what they guess. Whatever happens. Next time, what I might do is have teams, like I'll put two names on the same line. And if I put two names on the same line, and if either one of those people come close to it, both people on that line get a shirt. So it's like, hey, like let's say I got Vinny and King James on the same line, like line 15, and Vinny says, 14, but James says 28. The fact that Vinny came so close, James wins a shirt just because who he was on teams with won. So next time I'll probably do something like that. Put everybody on separate lines so the guesses come a lot closer. You got two chances to win. You or your partner can help you win. So we'll do that next time. And I was looking at some other stuff because, like I said, I got a lot of inventory, man. When I used to run my shirt company, I got tons of inventory. So people still buy stuff here and there, but there's some of the shirts I got like red. Nobody ever orders red. So I just buy stuff. I got lime. Check these shirts out because I got a tub that I just took down the other day. Look at these shirts. I was doing a construction job. These are all lime green, like that really bright lime green color. Like they look kind of white in there, but these are like lime green. The light is hitting off of them. These are damn near iridescent lime green or something. Let's see if I can. But I can't tell you how many of these damn shirts I got. They're pretty cool because, like I said, construction people wear them and stuff like that. People at plumbers. I made it for a plumbing company. So yeah, they're pretty bright. There's a black shirt hidden in there, and these shirts. These were a set of shirts. These were like some muscle shirts I had a long time ago. They were good for like basketball and stuff like that. Just wearing, having a beer in the garage, things like that. So they were like sleeveless shirts. I got probably about 10 or 15 of these things left, and I don't even sell them. Like I said, I was making them back when I was like hanging in the garage all the time, stuff like that. Yeah. Black shirts in the summer, kind of hard, but yeah, but these are like the lime green, and these are long sleeve too, because they're made for like construction, outdoors, and I did them for a company. So I bought a whole lot, and I made all of these shirts for construction guys, and I had like their company logo on the back. I had all their names on the front and stuff like that, but I got a ton of these things left over, and it was like, I don't sell these. So it'll be pretty cool. Like I said, you can ride around in your car with a lime green construction shirt. Yeah, but that's where I find most of my inventory that I don't really have anything to do with. I'll like going through tubs and I'm like, hey, what the hell? I'll pull out all these shirts. And I mean, they're just going to sit here. If I don't do something with them, they'll just sit here. So we'll start having lives. We'll have little giveaways, and we'll be giving away some pretty cool lime green shirts this summer. I might wear one just because I think they look cool, but I don't know. You guys can have them. All right, that's about 25 minutes in. I appreciate you guys joining the live. I just basically want to just get those shirts away. That's all. So I got 2 shirts going out next week. Next live, I'll do another couple of shirts. I might throw some lime green ones in there for you, Frank. I'll make a couple. I got to see what sizes I got because you say you were like a 3X, 4X or something like that. I'll see what sizes I got, and I'll make a couple of lime green shirts with like Uber down the sleeve or something cool like that. Lift. I don't know. But it'll be pretty cool to ride around with a big lime green construction shirt on with like lift down the arm. That'll be dope because nobody has that. Trust me, nobody has that. So I'll probably make a couple of those shirts, throw those in the mix for next one. All right, Mr. Gambit. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Like I said, I'll have your gear out to you next week, man. Thanks for gambling with us. He said it felt like gambling. That was funny. All right, cool. All right, bet. Like I said, when I'm in the lab, I'll make a couple of those shirts, get them out, and I'll see exactly how they look. Hopefully I can get a good design on that looks right. Because like with lime green, man, that's a hard color to deal with. That's like, to me, it's construction. It's mainly for nighttime, stuff like that. So we got you covered, brother. All right, hey, King James, appreciate you, brother. Hey, man, and thanks for getting me motivated. Because like I said, when I got my butt kicked Thursday and you went out and smashed them Thursday, I was like, there we go. I'm like, the money is out there. I got to get it. The money is out there. Because you tore Uber X up. And I was like, the money's out there. I need to get out there. The money's there. And they was just playing with me that night. I was like, man, I'm out. But cool. Exactly, Frank. I appreciate it, brother. Let's get this money. Let's get this money. That's Eddie. That's my man. Let's get this money. He's all right, though. Eddie's crazy, man. He's nuts. I love Eddie, man. He is so fun. Ever since I first saw his videos, man, I was like, this dude is a little off. I like him. He's a little off. But in this industry, you got to be off a little bit because you got to deal with traffic, people, all kind of crazy stuff, this and that. You just got to, and if you're too serious about this job and you take it way too, I don't know, too streamlined, like I said, shit happens. It is what it is. Things happen all the time. You got to kind of be a little off kilter when you start your day because you know you're going to be stuck in traffic. You're going to leave a driveway, bottom out the car. Something screwy's going to happen. So it's like, just to be a little off. Just be like, you know what? Today's going to be okay. Be laughing and joking with customers and stuff like that. Cruising around, making your money. At the end of the day, hopefully you made a ton of money, drove low miles, got high dollars, because that's how we play in this game, man. Oh, Randy, the Uber bonus, I didn't even start it because I forgot Taylor Swift was in town this weekend. And it was like all of these, bonuses all over town. These rideshare bonuses was going crazy. So I kind of left that $350 bonus alone. I said, I'm not even doing it because I'd rather do rideshare and make the money. So I kind of left it out there and I've been doing it all, man. Late night crazies got to make this money. Yep. All right, my man Drew. Hey, he says, getting ready to go out and make this money. Hopefully Scroober is not going to be all janky tonight. Man, I didn't do a single Uber ride yesterday. The crap they were sending, I should have screenshot some of this stuff. $9 for like 19 miles. I was like, what? Hey, there you go. 20 tip. Next. There you go. $52. Vinny's out getting it. Hey, it's time for me to go in here. I'm going to go wash the car real quick, jump in the shower. It's only 1:30 right now in Phoenix, so I got to go get this money, man. Vinny's out there getting it. I love it, man. I love it. And that's the one thing I love about rideshare, especially on the channels that we deal with. We're not afraid to say that we're making money and not afraid to say when we got our butts kicked. Because we know that we're in control of, left or right, depending on how we feel, how we navigate our day. A lot of channels out there, if they have a bad day, they want to cancel the apps, deactivate the apps, march on the headquarters, do all this crazy. No, don't do all that. Just go back to the drawing board and figure it out. Thursday, I got 8 up Thursday. Friday, I tore them up. And that's how it happened. King James go do the same shit. Vinny go do the same shit. Vinny will be like, nope, it's dry. I'm calling it good. I'm out. Next day, $95 for a 3-mile ride. That's how Vinny works, though. He's not going to sit up there and be like, oh, I'm done with these apps. This is crazy. I'm out. I'm going to go find me a real job. We already know what it is. We know what it is. Sometimes it's just the day. It's just that day. So you got to go back, have thick skin, revamp. Know it's kind of off a little bit that day. Come back harder the next day. That's just ride share. Oh, yeah. It's different than any other business because it's like almost hourly or every 2 hours. Because like I said, when I started out the day yesterday, I was like, man, this is going to be $1,000 day. Holy crap. And I've done $1,000 day before. I know how it feels. But it just hit a brick wall. Boom. And nothing was happening. I mean, I made it up to 580. I was way off. I was like half of what I thought I was going to make. But 580 is not a bad day. So you got to look at it as, okay, I didn't hit my expected goal of 580, but my target goal of about 250, 300 a day is pretty good. But I got 580, but I could have swore I was going to hit $1,000. I was like, man, this is crazy money out here. That's rideshare, man. That's rideshare. It's up and it's down, but it's nothing to complain about because we make pretty good money doing this. I mean, we got a couple of guys this week, $60 to $80 an hour. There's like 2 or 3 guys in the comments of my other video, all of them banking out, $60 to $80 an hour. And everybody's talking about, so man, rideshare pays minimum wage. I'm like, I don't know how you guys are driving, but I don't see minimum wage drivers on my channel. Y'all out there getting it, man, getting it. It's like, man, oh yeah, Brian, yeah, it's been crazy, Miles, man. I saw yesterday it was a triple stack delivery for Uber Eats came in for like $24. It took like 60 or 70 minutes, something crazy, like more than an hour. And I'm like, for $24 for 3 deliveries, an hour of driving, and the miles was something like probably 30 miles total, something crazy like that. I should have screenshot all this stuff, but I was like, man, exactly, Drew. Oh, Ryan, professional. I'm a professional Uber driver, baby. Professional. But you're right, Drew, man. Rideshare pays the minimum if you don't pay attention. If you don't know what you're doing and you think you're just going to turn your key and turn on the apps got you. They're going to play you every time. They're going to play you. So you got to turn on that app, have it in your head what your minimum acceptance rate is. Like, I'm only going to accept $1 a mile if I'm in this area because I know it's not a lucrative area. If I'm at the airport, $2 a mile. Sometimes you get into an event area, a party area, and like I said, you make a hit like Vinny. You get a 3-mile ride, $95. I got a mile ride the other day. It was a half-mile ride for $10, almost $11. Some of those rides are out there, but you've got to position yourself to get them. And a lot of people let the apps position them. They don't know how to position themselves. They'll just turn on the app. Well, the app keep taking me here. The app keep taking me there. No, you keep going where the app's telling you to go. You got to know how we do it. Yeah, commuter. Yeah, you're back. You back, baby. He's like, I'm back. That's it. Accept less, earn more, man. Accept less, earn more. All right, Frank, man, you be out there, brother. We'll see you out there. Yeah, and try to hit up with Shane, man. I think me, you, Shane, King James, Chad, we all got to get together pretty soon anyways, man. Because like I said, we got a small group of Phoenix drivers. And just like with Frank, what happened with Frank is cool. Because I picked up a guy one time for Casa Grande. He was a driver. I picked him up from Casa Grande. And he was like, yeah, man, my van broke down, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you from Casa Grande? I said, I'm going to give you a guy's number, Frank. So I gave him Frank's number. Other day, and this was like 2 months ago. Other day, some guy, I'm driving, guy calls me, says, hey, Jeff, what's up? He says, I'm with Frank right now. I was like, wait a minute, Frank Williams? He's like, yeah. So the Casa Grande driver I gave Frank his number to, him and Frank linked up. So he saved a ton of money. He was like, yeah, man, I picked him up and everything, got paid, blah, blah, blah. That's how drivers help out each other. So I was driving with a guy, met him, knew he was from Casa, hooked him up with Frank from Casa. So now both of them can link back and forth, and they're helping each other out. Because like I said, he paid Frank instead of going through the app and all this crazy stuff. That's how we help each other out, man. We kind of pay attention to what's going on. What up, Ghost? My man. He's up. Ghost is out. Hey, you out driving today, man? Because I'll be out later on, man. That's right, Mr. Gambit, man. Hey, and I tell a lot of people, the reason why they be complaining and they be crying, they out there slaving themselves out to these apps, man. You can't do that to yourself. If you're an independent contractor, you're not an employee, that means you could say no and not be fired. You could say, no, I don't want to do this ride. For whatever reason, you maybe not feel safe. It's maybe going somewhere you don't want to go. I mean, a lot of people, they complain about these rideshare apps because they got that employee slave mentality of, I got to do this, I got to do that, you don't got to do nothing. If you say, I'm not taking these rides, $30 rides, nope. Why? Because they're 40 miles. I'm not taking it. Because you got to turn around and come back. It's like, so you're really driving like about 60, 80 miles for like 30, 40 bucks. You don't want to do that. It's like, nah, I'm cool. Especially if you don't get a ride back and there's no guarantee you get a ride back. But that's right. Hey, Ghost, man, good luck out there today, brother. Good luck, man. Like I said, I'll be out there in a couple hours. I cannot wait. I just know it's going to be money today. That's the thing about rideshare that excites me, because I can sit here and I can be like, man, if I can just go out today, crank out, 400, 500 bucks. That's a good hit for a day. That's a good hit. And a lot of industries where you work, you can't just go to work and tell your boss, hey, boss, today I want to make $400. They'll look at you like, how many hours you want to work? Because the most you can make is about 160 working here, man. So you could work a double shift if you want to make $400. Nah, we ain't working no double shift for that in rideshare. We use our brains. You go out 8 hours, guaranteed you're going to make about $400 or $500 in 8 hours because you're doing it right. And if you do it really well and you're cranking out, $80 an hour, if you do 8 hours, that's almost $700 you making in an 8-hour shift. I mean, you could do that every 2 days. That's $1,200 every 2 days. 4 days, you had 2,400 in 4 days, and you only working normal hours. You working 8 hours a day. 4 days later, you sitting on $2,400. It can happen, but you got to use your brain to get there. That's the only trick. You got to use your brain. So what? $78 for 45 miles. Yeesh. Yeah. And the way I look at it sometimes is I'll say it's 90 miles, because this is why. What if you drive that 45 miles, something happens to the car? Let's say your check engine light came on or something starts sputtering. You got to come 45 miles back. You probably can't bring a passenger back if something happens. So, and I'm going to tell everybody, like I tell some customers I roll with, always have a spare serpentine belt in your trunk, because a serpentine belt runs your water pump, your alternator, power steering, your air conditioner compressor. If you don't have a separate alternative serpentine belt in your trunk, a spare one sitting in your trunk, and your serpentine belt snaps, your car can overheat because it's not running your water pump and all your stuff. And serpentine belts snap all the time. Sometimes they just get old, they get brittle, they get cracks in it, and they snap. So if you got a spare in the trunk, pop the old one off, pop the new one on real quick. You back on the road. You don't need a tow truck. Don't need no help. I've done it to the Jeep a couple of times, because running that supercharger, when I was first running it, the belt was too tight. So I snapped the belt, but luckily I had another one in the trunk. So I snapped the other one on, drove myself to AutoZone, bought a bigger belt, and now I run 2 bigger belts now. But always run a serpentine belt, always. Yeah, oh yeah. It's very easy, man. Very easy. I mean, you could change a serpentine belt, shit, less than 4 or 5 minutes. I mean, once you get that tensioner loose and you pop it off, it's just a matter of pulling that off, putting the new one on, crank that tensioner down, snap it on there, you back on the road. It's like that quick. I do it all the time. Now with some tighter engines, it's kind of harder, especially like in that BMW. You probably got to remove a couple of shrouds to get down in there, but still, it's a lot easier and cheaper than calling a tow truck and having a tow truck come out there and deal with all this crap. You don't want that. It's like, nope. Christine said 23. Oh, we already did it, Christine. We already did it. We're done. Oh, Joe, man. I was telling people that, man. Woo, damn. 45 minutes to an hour wait. Wow. That's what happened during Super Bowl. And I told people why I stayed away from Super Bowl. I was like, no, man, I'm not doing Super Bowl, because once you get to that stadium, State Farm, they don't have it done right. I'd rather do waste management. 45 minutes to an hour, man. Yeah, see, Joe, I'll be telling people, man, something with that State Farm Stadium, they haven't figured it out yet. They've got to figure out the Uber area, because if they can't figure out the rideshare area, nobody's going to want to drive out there. It's just nuts. It's nuts. Oh, man. he loves it. I wish I lived near you, man. I got some suspension work I need done, driving over these potholes. Yeah. Oh, trust me, man. I just ordered some new front struts for the Jeep, because I've run a struts that I've had on there for about 2 years. And struts usually last a pretty long time. But when you got big tires and you do ride share and you hitting potholes, oh, you're going to go through some money. I already had to pay $600 for the front suspension. I had to order some new suspension parts for my steering for the Jeep. Instead of putting stock stuff back on and keep swapping it, I just bought the upgraded stuff for like $600, and it's like lifetime guarantee. But yeah, ride share, people don't understand. They're out here taking these dirt cheap 50 cent a mile rides. That's not going to pay for the maintenance on your car, because you will be spending money and you need to upgrade stuff, because we drive cars harder than a normal car. So I'm not putting normal parts on my car. Go for the upgraded parts that last longer, because it's going to save you money in the long run. Keep putting stock parts back on, you're going to keep failing over and over. Because most of these cars that we're driving, they're not designed to drive 40, 50,000 miles a year. They're designed to drive 10 to 15,000 miles a year. So in about 3-4 years after they went 45,000 miles, now they can replace that. We do that in 1 year, sometimes less than 1 year. So if you don't, yeah, exactly. Same thing, Ghost, man. If people don't factor that in, man, they don't think about the maintenance behind it. They be like, oh, I'm going to take these rides. And they be taking these dirt cheap rides. And I'm like, dude, if you keep taking these dirt cheap rides, you're not stacking money to the side for maintenance. Maintenance is going to happen. It's a reality. And we're using these cars to a really hard degree. So if you're not stacking money for maintenance on the side, oh, it's going to hit you. It's going to hit you. And I mean, anything from a transmission to suspension to ball joint, something is going to hit you. And if you live in drive to drive or week to week, ride to ride, you're not going to be able to afford ride share. You've got to drive smarter to stack that money to the side. And the apps don't care. The apps will be like, well, you can always rent a car from us, because that's how they make their money. They run your car into the ground and then say, well, you can rent from us now since your car's not working, but you still paying a note on a car sitting in the driveway, not going nowhere. It's like, forget that, man. Like, not doing it. Damn. So Joe, man, he said he's a Lux Black and he had 6 to 10 cancels. Jeez. Woo, man. Yeah, I feel you on that, man. I can't do the stadium. I'm not doing the stadium. Nope. He said stay on the central. Yep, exactly. Hey, I was getting pings for State Farm and I was in Scottsdale. They were trying to send me all the way down Camelback. I was like, no. I was like, I'm not going down Camelback and hitting the 202 and all. Nah, I'm good. Nope, not doing it. But yeah, yep, Frank, that's what happened to Frank, man. Transmission issues. And that's the thing. You know, with Frank, with your car, I think you got a front wheel drive. I'm not sure if you had a front wheel drive, so your transmission is accessible right from your engine, right from your driver's side wheel hub, I think. But something like that, yeah, I could work on that. Oh yeah, the Q5. Oh yeah, you got the Q5. Oh man, I just saw one last night. I saw a white one. Woo, man. I think they had 20s on it with some nice thick rubber. Man, that car was clean. I was like, that's what I need, because the trunk space, the luxury, the speed, the sport, man, them Q5s are nuts. I was like, I'm just sick. I saw it when I pulled up to these people's house and I'm looking, I'm like, damn, I've never seen one up close like that. When I was dropping them off, I was like, these Q5s is a serious ass SUV. I know I like the BMW X5s and the X6s, but that Q5, man, I don't know. It almost looked like a Porsche. Just stand back. I was like, damn, that thing is clean as hell. But I don't know. $5,000 man, forget that. I did for a buyback on there. Yeah, front wheel drive, dual clutch transmission. Yeesh. Yeah, at that, I'll go to a salvage yard and just say, hey, I need to buy a transmission. Pull it, drop the new one in. Forget that. Like, I'm not paying no $5,000. Dash and Trader, that's my man. He's out in the STL. Hey, man. Hey, Dash. Hey, you gotta get in on the next drawing, because hey, I got the DoorDash shirts, man. I just had a drawing, and like I said, you'd be perfect for a DoorDash shirt. What I got? Wait a minute, where is that? With this shirt here, man, like, hey, you got DoorDash down the sleeve on this thing. DoorDash on. This is a Dash and Trader shirt right here, and on the back, tips help trips. Hell yeah! Instead of no tip, no trip, we say tips help trips, because if they don't tip, we don't trip. That's another way to say no tip, no man, forget that. They got a tip. Hey, Dashing, for real, brother, man. That's all you right there, man. Hey, I'll be seeing you out in the streets run, man. You be out there doing it, and you smart with the way you do it. If y'all check out Dash and Trader's page, he does nothing but deliver. He's getting into Walmart Spark now too, so he'll be doing a Walmart Spark delivery, and he'll like pivot while he's doing that delivery. At the same time, he'll go grab an order or something, do the order, come back, get the Spark delivery, and head out. I mean, this dude is making money on top of money. You talk about compounding time. This dude will compound time in an hour, have 3 or 4 deliveries done in an hour. And by the time all the money and all the tips and shit come rolling in, this dude cranking out $40 an hour. Just easy. It is like no miles. Crazy. But I like the way he worked, though. I like the way he worked. He's doing it the smart way. Tips, no trips. No tip, no trips. Sorry. And I'm a believer in that, though. I'm a believer in that. Robert Reese is back. Yeah, I'm a believer in no tip, no trip, because I think if you don't, in good faith, put money on the table for somebody saying, I actually have money, I can't afford to tip you, and I'm going to do this in good faith. And a lot of people are like, well, I'm not tipping until after the service is done. They wonder why we don't mess with them. We don't mess with that because it's just, there's too many hustlers and cons out there who want to say they'll tip you later and they don't. It's too much of that going on. So, and they ride the coattails of the people that do tip. So we don't do that. We don't tip. We don't do trips unless there's a tip added to it. Just we don't do it. Oh, Spark can tip bait? Uber Eats can tip bait, man. I got tip baited. I didn't know Spark could do it too. Shoot. Yeah. Yep. That's the thing, Frank. And I think the people up in Carefree and Cave Creek, they don't tip because they're not used to doing rideshare. There's no drivers ever up there, and they don't get it. Areas that tip frequently always have drivers. That's what they need to realize. It's like, man, yeah, that inverse mile ratio. Yep. Wait a minute. Wait, what did Joe just say? Oh, Joe says, anyone thought of going down to North Tucson for the live golf tournament this weekend? Hey, Joe, they were just, Shane was down there because he lives in Tucson. He was saying that it was garbage. He said, it's just, there's nothing down there. So, because I think because it's a newer tournament and a lot of people don't know about it yet. A lot of people probably ain't playing in it. A lot of people aren't going to see it as spectators. So, yeah, that tournament, I was thinking about going down there too, and I'm glad I didn't because I was like, oh man, because I'm thinking waste management. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go down there and do this. Yeah, it didn't happen like that. So you don't even do it. And I think Frank is down there too. He's down in Casa, so definitely you want to talk to Frank, man. Just like you don't want to go down there. Nope. You already went up. It's a snowstorm. Wait, oh Thomas, man, you got a snowstorm going on? Jeez. Man, say I can't believe how far away you are able to have food delivered in a snowstorm. Hey, if somebody's doing it, but that tip better be good. That tip better be snowstorm level tip. Because if it's some average everyday stuff, it's just like I tell people when we do airport rides when it's busy, we can do a normal ride at $1 a mile. Why would I want to do an airport at $1 a mile? When circumstances and events changes, the money changes. If people ain't ready to compensate you for that different circumstance, don't even touch it. If they're like, oh, well, it should be only worth this much. It's a snowstorm going on, or it's a busy airport, or it's an event going on. Everything changes. It's not normal. So people got to be ready to pay that. Yeah, sunny and 70. Yep. That's it. Show me the money. That's that Sergio talk right there. Show me the money. Forget that. Yeah. And see, that's the thing. Hot Facts, he said it, that's why he makes sure the customers that rate me the best, they pair me with them. So he makes the most every trip. That's what I do. I look at customer ratings and customers look at my ratings. Ratings matter because if I see somebody with a really low rating, that means that's a coincidence because all these drivers are rating them. So you got to think, man, they're rating them low for some reason. Same with a driver. If a driver keeps getting low ratings, they're rating that driver low for some reason. Pay attention to these ratings. They make Wes, what's good? Hey, Wes, how you doing out there, man? You making that money or what? Look, I'll be back. Let me go grab something to drink real quick. This is going a little longer than I thought. Be right back. I need to give me a fridge for my garage. That's what I need. So I went from one coffee that I make to Monster coffee. I love coffee, man. And one of my clients actually gave me some coffee one time. He said it was like Nigerian coffee or something weird like that. It was so good. You didn't even need creamer. It was like really good coffee. Like you can drink it straight. And it wasn't like tart. Like I drink Folgers, the cheap shit from the store. This dude, he had a bag, like a brown bag. And he said, yeah, it costs this much. It's really expensive, but trust me, you're going to appreciate it. Gave me a bag of it. I drank that shit. I was like, you don't even need creamer with it. It tastes like it already has creamer in it. It's because it's a really good coffee bean. It's not that cheap shit you used to drink. I was like, you're probably right. Yeah, because I buy my shit like, $7 for a big ass bucket of that shit. And this was like $15 for a little baby bag. But I was like, damn. But it was enough. I probably drank that shit for like 2 months. It was that much. But my buckets be lasting me like months. Buckets of Folgers. Yeah, that Akai is good, man. It's good. The one thing I don't drink, like if I have an energy drink, I'll drink an energy drink once every blue moon. When you start drinking Akai, like Asia or whatever they call it, that's good for your gut. It's good for your liver. It's good for your kidneys and all of that. Energy drinks kill it. Like that's why I only have an energy. And it takes me about 3 days to drink one can of an energy drink, about 3 days. because I'll be just sipping on it for the carbonation. By the time I'm done drinking it, it's flat because I've been putting it in the refrigerator over and over again with no like lid on it. So it's like I can't drink energy drinks, man, because they kill your liver. They just knock you down. But yeah, when you start drinking that acai with those good berries and all that stuff, and as drivers, we gotta pay attention to that kind of stuff because we could be sitting in the car sick as a dog, man. Don't want to do that. Nope. Woo, man. Almost $500 yesterday, 42 rides. Finna hit the 80 quest right today. Man. Wes is out there doing it. Almost $500 yesterday, 42 rides. Dude, I did like 23 rides. That was a lot for me because I used to do like 9, 15 rides maybe. I did 23 rides yesterday. So I know you finna kill it. 42 rides. Yeah, you got that today. You got it. He said, Thomas says, psychopaths drink coffee plain. Hey, plain coffee tastes like crap, dude. It's like, that's why I use creamers all the time. I gotta do something different. But this dude's coffee was nuts. I was like, you don't even need creamer. It's like, it tastes like it had creamer built into it. It was just really good coffee, like a little upper level coffee. Gourmet coffee, that's what he called it, gourmet coffee. It was real nice. But yeah, drinking Folgers straight, shit. That's like drinking motor oil, man. I can't do that. No. Said black beauties and pink hearts. Yeah. He said 3 days they have you on one, man. I swear. Hey, Rod, that's why I can't drink a whole can. If you drink a whole can of an energy drink, like a normal size like this, it was already open when I went to the fridge because I already probably drank like this much of it. Because it's like I just don't drink from a can that much. I'd rather drink from my cups like this. And it's like, so I'll just drink it every once in a while, sip on it. A few days later, I'll finally finish. I'll just keep putting them back in the fridge. But it's like, I don't know, man. I can't do energy drinks. I just can't do it. When I feel like a little like lethargic, if I'm driving, I'll go buy like a Rock Star or something like that, or one of them C3s, and I'll just start sipping on it. I'll finish it in about 3 days. That little $2.50 will last me a few days. I know it. Exactly. Dash and Trader Dude said plain. He said, who drink coffee plain? Like, yeah, I can't drink that shit, dude. Man, that's nuts. Second trip, 36 for 15 miles. All right, cool. Vinny's got it. $36 for 15 miles. He's over $2 a mile, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what, because I tell people I got a 400-mile tank. If I can do trips like that, that means the gas in my tank is worth $800. It cost me $50 to make $800. And that's how I like to drive. Because if I'm getting $1 a mile, I'm only going to get most $400 out of that tank. And that's like with no dead miles. And you're going to have some dead miles involved. So I'll always be like, hey, if I can get $2 a mile, most I can get is $800. And if you start throwing tips on top of that, you can bang out $1,000 off of one tank of gas. One tank of fuel, you can make $1,000 off of it. But you got to be getting those $10 for a half mile, $3 trips, $5 trips, $11 trips thrown in there. Because soon you're going to start getting those trips that are like, $13, and it's for like 6 or 7 miles. Because at some point, you got to start doing those really short trips, 1 mile to 3 miles, but you're getting like $18 to $20 because that's going to help your average out. That way, that one tank of gas, you can come close to $1,000. Because I drove yesterday. I started with a full tank yesterday, and I'm down to a little less than a half right now. So I made $580 on maybe like not a half, but like a little below a half, not even at a quarter yet. So I'm right in between a half and a quarter, but I made $580 off of that. So if I finish off that gas tank, I'll probably make about $800. But if I could have hit 500 by the halfway mark, that would have been my $1,000 right there. Like, little caramel macchiato. That's it. Yeah. Hey, that hazelnut, man. Frank said, I like my coffee Surrey and blonde like my women. Straight and blonde. I know it. Yeah, he loves it. I stopped drinking energy drinks. My heart was beating so fast I was having a heart. Yeah, that. People don't get it, man. It's like, dude, that's why I can't drink a whole can. People be going through like 2 cans of that stuff. I'll drink like maybe in one day I could drink about a half a can. But they say it's 2 servings per can anyway. So I'll drink about a half a can and I'm cool because these are some big ass cans. Now, Red Bulls are about the size of an energy drink that I could finish. Like 1 can of Red Bull, I could probably finish that. Because it's the correct size of a serving. It's the correct size. they be putting 2 servings in 1 can, and people drink the whole fucking can in 1 sitting and wonder why their heart's about to beat out of their chest. I'm like, all the cans should be the size of a Red Bull can, because that's a serving. That's 1 serving. You could finish that. Then you call it good. And you can drink maybe 1 or 2 a day. That's what I would say. 1 or 2 a day, you'll probably be all right. But these fools be out there drinking a 6-pack of Red Bulls a day. I'm like, how do you drink 6 Red Bulls a day? It's crazy. Yeah. Thomas said, if it was possible to make that kind of money in my market, I would put 120 out. No, trust me, man. The reason why we don't do a lot of miles in markets like this, well, I drive night, so traffic is not that crazy, but it gets kind of slow. Plus, you got city areas that are kind of sketch, so you don't want to be out in the streets all the time. Because if you out in the streets too much, you don't know who's watching you. You don't know who's kind of, casing you out, saying, hey, man, I always see this car in this area. I know it's a rideshare car. It's always over here, whatever. Plus, in the daytime, traffic. The more you're in traffic, the more likely it is for you to wreck your car. The less you're in traffic, the more that car is sitting in front of my house, I know it's safe. Ain't nothing happening to my car. But once it goes out in the street, is whatever happens, happens. And it's like you want to make as much as you can in a short amount of time that you can, less miles as you can, and get your car back home safe. My car don't be out in the street like that. I go out, make about $500-600, get it home. And that's it. Oh, yeah. See, Joe, that's why I tell people I start driving about 5:30, 6 o'clock sometimes, and it starts getting real. It'll hit a wall at about 2 o'clock after the clubs close and all the surges are gone from Mill Avenue and all the surges are gone from Scottsdale, downtown Phoenix, Gilbert, downtown Chandler. Once the surge is gone, it is dead. You'll be sitting on a $20 surge till like 5 o'clock in the morning. You be like, dude, I got this surge at like 2:45 and it's like 5 o'clock and I still ain't used it yet. It be dead. So once that 2 o'clock close, that 2 o'clock club rush is done, call it good. Go home. And I came home last night with a $15 surge still on my phone. I was like, dude, I'm not sitting out here that long for $15. I'm out of here. Oh, yeah. Oh, Thomas, man, you love Arizona then, man. If you want a house in the middle of nowhere, Arizona's got tons of them. I'll be dropping people off sometimes, especially when I'm on the res or something like that. And I'll be like, there's no other house around. I'll be way out in the middle, like past Surprise. They're built neighborhoods way out there, older neighborhoods. And it'd be like one house. That's it. And I'm like, if they trying to set me up, like you'll go down like a little dirt road and it'd be 2 houses back there. And that's it. There's no other houses, just 2 houses. I'm like, okay, make sure I got my flashlight on me and everything. Like, man. You'd be perfect. If you like living like that, just keep going up Grand until you pass the 303. They got 1-2 little house neighborhoods up there. 2 houses. That's it. You go down a long dirt road and be like, there's 2 houses back here. And it'd be people really living back there. Like, shoot. Yeah. Yep. 300 to 400 a night is good, man. That's it. 300 to 400 a night. And like I said, I tell people there's enough money in this city and I budget my money well enough to where I don't have to be greedy. There's a lot of drivers. We got a lot of families that need to be taken care of. There's a lot of rides out here. So if I make $300-400, there's other drivers that can make that money too. So I just get off the road. I've made enough. I'm good. I don't want to push the envelope. I just come home. I'm good. And other drivers can pick up that traffic. Now they're making, everybody's eating off the same plate and we all good. Everybody's good. Nobody's greedy. It's not a whole big bank of drivers taking up all the money. Everybody just looking out for everybody. $400 if you working 4 days a week, that's $1,600 a week, and you only work 4 days. And each day you might be doing 200 miles, maybe. So it's like you're good. It's like I'm not greedy. I made $1,600 in 4 days. I'm good. It's like budget that money. You didn't spend a lot in gasoline. You probably filled up twice all week, so you spent $100 to make $1,600. You're good. You're like, dude, I'm good. But a lot of people, man, I don't know. Is like, and greed is what leads to like road fatigue and just like burnout and all. If I want to do rideshare and meet the right people and do the right things, I'm not gonna burn myself out doing it. I'm gonna do it the easy way. But yep, let me go through some of these comments real quick. Oh yeah, Joe, you're right. I'm getting a lot of Lyft riders that are upgraded to Lux because last night at the airport, about 3 different people told me Lyft was cheaper. I mean, Lux was cheaper than Lyft leaving the airport. I don't know how that works. Like they kept saying, hey man, actually I decided to go Lux because you guys are actually cheaper than the Lyft rides right now. Because maybe all the Lyft rides were at the concert at the stadium. I don't know what happened last night, man. 3 different people told me that Lux was cheaper than Lyft. And I'm like, for real? I thought they were getting upgraded. They actually said, no, I chose you. It's like, shit. Because I'm like, why am I getting all these Lux rides from the airport? This is crazy. I'm like, I picked up a kid, took him up to GCU. Yeah, I picked him up last night, took him up to GCU, and he was like a programmer, smart kid. This kid is so sharp. He's doing skateboard, location technology. It's crazy. This kid is very sharp. But I picked him up, and he said his Lux ride was cheaper than the Lyft ride. I gave him my card, so hopefully he'll check out the channel and see this live and be like, that was me, dude. You like, all right, what's up? But yeah. And that's the thing, Joe. Once they start driving with the upgraded platforms, then they start seeing that it's not that bad. Like they can use us to go to dinner. They could use us to go to an event. It's not that bad. They say, you know what? It was a cool ride. It was pretty decent. They don't have to use Lux each time because sometimes they got the kids just going to a soccer game or whatever. But a lot of times I think they're doing it to help keep Lux drivers on the platform, but also to introduce these customers to an upgraded platform. But it's cool. Yeah, let's see. Sounds like the South Side of Maricopa. What South Side of Maricopa? What? What do you mean South Side of Maricopa? What's going on with the South Side of Maricopa, man? Oh yeah, Dre said Midwest markets are tough. And I say that a lot, especially when I'm on Pedro's page, because I understand St. Louis, just like with Dash and Trader. They're in the St. Louis market. There's a lot of money in the counties. Now, the city is like the city of St. Louis, you're within city limits. And there's still some good areas within city limits, but the most money is out in the county areas. Now, it's a really hard market because people in the city still need to be served. So the city of St. Louis people got to start tipping a little more to keep these drivers from going to the county. But unless you understand that, like Dash and Trader and Pedro know how those markets work, they're tough. They go out to the markets and they got to drive a little distance to make sure they're going through all the counties and everything. The same with Gig Wise. Same, he's down in South County area and Fox and all those areas. But you got to kind of be out in the remote areas because the market is so tough in the city. It's like you got to know what you're doing to make good money in the city. North County, all that. There's good money up in North County. My sister, she live up in North County. And, a lot of people up there are homeowners and they all like tip very well. And the houses up there, not that expensive. So people had a lot of discretionary income. Because I remember when my sister bought her house, she was like early 20s, like 23, 24 years old when she bought her house. And I was twice her age by the time I bought mine. But she's got a lot of discretionary income because the areas they live in aren't that expensive. So when they use these services, they can pay a lot more when they tip because they got a lot of extra income. But some distressed areas don't have money like that. So you got to know these Midwest markets. They're tough like that. Because you can be like, oh man, that's like, North County. They don't have money up there. You go up there, everybody in North County driving Lexus trucks. They driving, the brand new Jaguars that just came out. You're like, wait a minute, I thought North County didn't have money. Oh, North County got money because it doesn't cost a lot to live in North County. So, but they still got, certain parts that are kind of crime or whatever. But for the most part, you got to know how these Midwest markets work. Because what you think and you pull in and all of a sudden you're like, how in the hell these people got all these big ass houses? And I'm like, yeah, this is Spanish Lake. It's like, what? Yeah, this is North County. This is Spanish Lake. Some money up here. I heard North County was crime. It's like, not all of North County. You got to know your market. Exactly. North County, man, is like shit. It is my boy Calvin. He lived up there, man. He was up in Spanish Lake. Calvin, when we first got out of high school, he went to the military, got out of military, came back to Spanish Lake, bought a big ass house in Spanish Lake. And we always heard when we was in Kirkwood, when we was young, we thought North County was rough because I went to Berkeley Middle School in the first half of the 7th grade. I was living in Memphis, but I went back for half of 7th grade for Berkeley Middle. My big brother graduated from Berkeley High. He graduated from there. So we always thought, it's kind of rough and rugged. Shit, they got money in North County. I was like, damn, big ass houses. Everybody got Jaguars in the driveway, Mercedes and shit. I'm like, yeah, this ain't what we were told. Don't believe everything you're told. Go and check out North County. Like out in the county, that's where the money sit. And people be like, damn. I think my aunt lives up there. She's still up in North County. I know a couple of my uncles live up there too. They right up like airport. They right up off of Airport Road. Yep. Oh, Frank, that's what you mean. Middle of nowhere. Thought I was gonna get robbed. Yeah. Trust me, man. I'll be cruising sometimes, especially when I pick up people that's far out. And like last night, I had to pick up 2 guys. So, and it was like way out, like north. Where was I? Like north, like Deer Valley almost. So I'm driving down this little windy ass road. I'm going down this windy road, and then it opens up into this little neighborhood. It's like 6 houses, and that's it, 6 houses. And these guys are standing over by the corner or whatever. And I'm like, this kind of feels kind of sketch. So I kind of swung the car around like this just to make sure that if anything was to happen, I could just pull out. I don't even put the car in park. I just, my foot on the brake. Guy walks up. He was like, hey, this is a ride from my uncle. You just getting my uncle back home or whatever. Okay, he was right down like 51 and like, think what, some weird, like not Glendale, but it's in that area though, down at 51. He was like, this is just a ride from my uncle. But I was like, okay, cool. But when you look back and saw the houses that were behind me, man, they looked like Spanish villas. I'm like, they were massive houses. And I'm like, there's nothing out here. It's like pitch black with 6 houses in the cul-de-sac, no other houses for miles. And the one guy, the uncle that I was picking up, he was actually, he used to own a store when he was younger. So he was telling me a story about, kids stealing from his store when he was young. So he was like, when kids would steal from my store, I would, instead of calling the police on them and punishing them, I would go talk to their parents. So their parents would punish them. He says, nowadays, everybody's calling police on these kids, which is why these kids are getting to the system too early, because nobody's talking to the parents no more. He says, I wouldn't call the police. I know the kid. I go to the parents' house. I'm like, listen, your kid, this and that, and this is what he took. Next thing you know, the kid is like cleaning up the store, apologizing. He says, years later, these same kids talk to him like, he's their dad. He's like all cool with him and everything. Oh, yeah, North Hanley. Yep, Hanley Road, man. That's where they at. That's my sister. She's right up off of Evergreen, man. He said the Javelinas live there. Oh, yeah. Hey, them Javelinas ain't nothing nice, man. Woo, them pigs are not nice. They mad. Let me go back through some of these comments. I can see somebody. Oh, okay. I see where you're talking about. Robert Reese said gas here is $4.59, California. Yeah, I'm at about $4.59 for premium here. I think it's $3.99 for the regular. Then the mid grade is like $4.49, and I think $4.69 for premium. But yeah. See, Frank, I like your average, man. $1,200 to $1,500 a week. That's a solid job. And I tell people like that, if you can do $1,200 to $1,500 a week with minimal expenses while you're still taking care of life and enjoying life and take care of business, that's a good life to live. You're enjoying life. You're taking care of life. I don't see myself working double time. I don't see myself working 80 hours a week because I never did. When I was working in corporate and I was getting paid a whole lot, I mean, I was basically going maybe drop my car. I had a S420, Mercedes S420. I had that car for 7 years. 7 years I had that S420. That car went 21,000 miles in 7 years. 21,000 miles in 7. That's how much I was working when I was in corporate. That car would go from my house to the gym, grocery store, work, home. Gym, grocery store, work, home. That's all it did. 7 years, 21,000 miles. Because all I did was work. I don't want to do that again. But not only that, but if I do that now, my car's going to have 60,000 miles a year on it. Plus, I'm never going to be home. I'm always going to be driving. So I just don't see life like that. A lot of people do, and that's cool. Because I tell people, if that's what you see your life as, there's nothing wrong with that because you see your life as being on these roads 80 to 100 hours a week. That's you. That's cool. But a lot of us, nah, we've been there, done that. Not happening. And I'm one of those guys that think, I want to wake up in the morning and I don't want to think of obligation. I don't want to wake up like, excuse me, oh, I got to drive, or I got to do this, or I got to do that. I want to wake up and be like, what do I want to do today? That's all that's on my mind. Like when I got up today, I was like, well, I'm going to get up. I'm going to do a live, get the shirts out of the way. I got to go fill this differential. I'm going to fill the differential to this truck, drive all day, whatever, put the wheels and everything back on it. Come back, make sure there's no leaks to the rear differential, wash the truck up, go give the truck back to my client, get paid. And that's money that I'll get tomorrow or Monday when I give him his truck back. But that's just how my life is. It's not, I don't wake up with obligation. I wake up with opportunity. And that's a different mindset. when I woke up, when I was corporate, I woke up with obligation. I was like, I had a job. I had something to do. I had to be somewhere. I had to do something. My time was allotted to do things for other people. That was my obligation. Now I wake up with opportunity. I'm like, do I want to drive for people today? Maybe, maybe not. Do I want to, work on the car today? Do I want to work on my house today? Do I want to take my dogs to the dog park today? You wake up with opportunity when you got your shit together. You don't wake up with obligation. Excuse me. Yeah, and it's like a lot of us are just now, like a couple of weeks ago, we were all under the weather. Now we're all starting to feel better. I still got an occasional cough here and there. I ain't got COVID and no shit like that. Just every once in a while. Yeah. And see, E-Love, that's what it is. You know what? $550 a week. That's an extra $2,000 a month. 2 G's a month. That's more than my mortgage. You can basically buy a house. Let's say you work for $550 a week. You end up buying a house. Now you can rent that house out. So now you got money on top of you renting that house out. Plus you got the $550 coming in. 25 hours a week. That's a good living. You're working 25 hours a week. You're set. You're good. You're not greedy to the point where you're like, man, I got to go out and make $4,000 every week. If I don't make $4,000 a week, I'm going to go in a hole. No, $550 is all I need. And when you live as a minimalist and you got everything you want around you, you don't need to bust your ass like that. You don't need to slave to an app. Just don't even do it. Like, you know what? I'll drive when I feel like it. And that's what apps hate. When you have the power to say, I'll drive when I feel like it, they look at you as a powerful person. When you say, I drive because I have to, I drive because it's what I do, it's a habit, or it's because I got too many expenses, the apps have you by the balls. But if you say, I just drive when I want to, I might want to drive today, I might not. The apps are looking at you like, this is a powerful person that know they shit. I got to deal with them differently than when I deal with this person who is behind the 8 ball in life and can't get shit together. Way different. Do you have your website for merch on sale? I don't have the, wait a minute, let me put this in here. That's, is that it? jmbtees.com. Yeah. So it's j-and-b-tees.com. jmbtees.com. Now, my girl Christine and Steven, they both ordered, shirts from that website. I already sent it out to them. I got to get their pictures. They need to email me some pictures so I can have new models for my site. Because right now, there's a lot of people on there from like the Czech Republic. I sent shirts over to the Czech Republic, Seattle, up in Canada, New York, Puerto Rico, Netherlands. Excuse me. So I got a lot of shirts that I sent all over the world, and the people who are wearing those shirts are the people who bought them, and they send me pictures back. So I like put them on my website as like models for the gear that they actually bought. So when you get the gear, send me shirts back so I can like update my website, because I do the web design. I used to do HTML coding back in the day. So I kind of like, everybody uses all these new apps to design websites. I don't know how to use those apps. I still HTML code everything. So I know the back end. I'll go through and just like type in all the HTML code and to move stuff around and get things active. I don't know how to use apps yet. I'm still like not that technologically advanced, which is why I got Steven, the unbroken driver. I tell people that guy's very smart. So he's going to be the one who gets me to the next level. So where maybe if I can like kind of get him to help me with my website and kind of just look things through to see how to do things easier, tell me about a software I can use. I don't have the HTML code no more, but I don't mind coding is what I do. I know how to read code, so coding is real easy for me. And it's just like, I don't know. All right, let's go through some of these comments real quick. Man, it's hour 13. I said I wasn't going to do a live this long, but hey, you guys is out there driving, making money, and I'm just happy to be here with y'all, man. Hopefully, I'm trying to minimalize the use of cuss words on my lives, because I know some people listen to them in their car as they're driving. So I don't want to say F this and F that every other word, and they got somebody in the back seat. So every once in a while, something will slip and I'll go nuts, but it's cool. My late night stuff, I'm like, I'll just let it rip. Yeah. Usually I would like to, I'll collect my $100,000 and more along, or however much. Code the Uber app and pay us better. Right? Hey, you know what's funny? So I got a 15-year-old son and I got a 21-year-old son. Now, both of these kids, like I raised my 15-year-old, my 20-year-old lived in Japan most of his life. His mom's a nurse in the military. So he lived in Japan. So the only thing, like, we would talk on the phone every once in a while. When he was younger, he would visit, things like that. Even now, we text occasionally, stuff like this. But it's funny how your kids are more like you than what you think. So my 15-year-old, he's a huge PC gamer, loves software, loves everything, very fun. That's like one side of who I am. Like, I'm very fun. I love technology. I love working on things. My 21-year-old is more like an engineer. He actually, like, I never taught him, it's just in him. He builds cars, exhaust systems, works on turbos. He'll take a car apart, put it back together, which is the other side of me. I never taught him that. That's just who he is what he does. So each one of my kids are like opposite sides of the spectrum. And like, my 15-year-old don't work on cars at all. My 20-year-old does. So it's kind of like two of me's. But my 21-year-old, he's also like cybersecurity specialist. He's very good with computer back-end systems, things like that, which is more like the accounting side of me when I do my coding and all my stuff. And like I said, I never taught that kid that. It's just something that he's really good at and who he is. So he works for the Department of Defense. He's like a government contractor, and that's what he does. He does like back-end cybersecurity stuff. So maybe I'll get him to code the Uber app. No, I'm just kidding. That would be funny as hell. We have the U.S. government coding the Uber app for us. Like, dude, can you give me a $50 surge somehow? Like, let me see. What code can I type in? Uber will be like, how is Jeff always getting these $50 surges when we're not even in the surge zone? This motherfucker's coding. Like, yeah. No, I wouldn't do that to Uber. It ain't worth it. They don't pay me enough. It ain't worth it. Oh, yeah, Thomas. And that's the thing, Thomas. I'll tell you why a lot of people, especially non-drivers, why non-drivers are so upset. Non-drivers and former drivers are upset because a lot of them feel jilted. Because like me, I went to college. I got a college degree. But honestly, I make more per hour doing rideshare than I do using my accounting degree. Dead serious. I make more money per hour doing driving than using my accounting degree. Now, over the course of a year, accounting degree, I mean, I won't use my car that much. I don't really use that much in expenses for the car, like fuel and stuff like that. And I get paid a really good salary for accounting. But per hour, I'm working like 12 to 14-hour days in accounting, sometimes 16-hour days in accounting, doing inventory seasons or doing like tax season, stuff like that. My per hour never changes because I'm salary. So I could be normally getting paid, let's say, $250 a day for working an 8-hour day. But when I'm working a 14-hour day for that same amount of money, my per hour drops through the floor. With Uber and rideshare, Lyft and all that, my per hour is through the roof. There's no way I would ever make this much per hour doing accounting. No way possible. Nope. Not unless I contracted with somebody for a different level. And I think that's why a lot of people who don't do rideshare are upset. And I'm like, don't get upset at how much rideshare and delivery drivers make. Join us. Help us get rid of the bus fares. Help us, make these apps pay us better by saying, hey, I'm available to work, but not for that price. I'm available to work, but not for $4 for 8 miles. I'm available to work for at least $8 for 8 miles, but I'd like a surge or a tip added to that too. People who are upset at rideshare and delivery drivers it makes no sense to me. It's like, we're taking care of our families. We're not struggling. We're not living off of, tax programs and stuff like that, making the American taxpayer feed our family and pay for our, pay Section 8 just so we can live somewhere. We're not doing that. We're really out making money, generating economy, buying tires from tire shops, keeping auto zones open, keeping O'Reilly's open, keeping gas stations open. We're buying clothes and shoes all the time. We generate economy. Rideshare and delivery generates economy, and people are upset at us for being economy generators. And they're like, well, I don't make that much at work. You don't have to. Work at your job, part-time, full-time, whatever you want to do, but download the app to your phone, get on our damn website, on our channels, figure out how to do this shit the right way, and now you're a driver like us now. And eventually you might say, you know what, I'm making more on weekends doing rideshare than I make all week working for this damn company. So I'm gonna put in my 2-week notice and just do rideshare. You might do that. Never know. Yeah. And you're right, man. And that's not me being negative. That's just me injecting a little reality into the situation. I'm talking about food delivery though. If you go look at Dash and Trader, trust me, the guy's making about $40 an hour. And when I was doing Uber Eats and stuff like that, even when on Follow Key's track, she does it. She's making $40 an hour. There's no minimum wage to food delivery in the markets we live in. There is no way we could make minimum wage. Well, there is a way. It's called taking shit offers. That's the way you can do it. If you say, hey, I only want to make minimum wage today, what can I do? Well, take that order from McDonald's that's paying you $12. You'll be in drive-thru for like an hour. Now you got minimum wage. There you go. But if you think differently and think, well, I'm better than that, I'm gonna leave that $12 for somebody who needs to finish a streak or who working on a quest. I'm not taking that. I'm taking a higher dollar amount. Go to a Chinese food place, $18 for 11 miles. Then all of a sudden they throw a $20 tip on top of it. $38 for 11 miles. You just got more than $3 a mile now on a delivery, and it didn't take you that much time. You've got to kind of do delivery like that. You've got to look at which restaurant you're doing for one thing. Fast food people don't pay that much. They really don't. You get the unicorns here and there where you say, oh man, I got $15 for 3 miles of McDonald's. But sometimes you get tip baited. You'll get the $15 and they'll yank $8 back and you're sitting on $7 now. You're like, I just got $7 for that. Damn. So you got to be careful, with what deliveries you're accepting, because you can easily get trapped into a minimum wage type of job doing rideshare or delivery based on what you select, because the app is going to throw it out there. But are you going to take it? If you take it, that's on you. Wait a minute. Can you still hear me with this thing? I just turned on my microphone. I've been talking the whole time through the laptop. No wonder it's been echoing. I was wondering, like, why is it echoing like that? I forgot I never turned the microphone on. He says, yeah, people ask if I make a living doing this, and I laugh because we make hella. Because I think there's a big misunderstanding into rideshare and, delivery. Like I said, the biggest channels we have on YouTube, the biggest channels, the ones who always putting out, all of these videos all the time, are negative channels. So most likely they won't see my shit. My channel's too small. They won't see my shit. They see the bigger channels and they see the negative shit and they log on and go, oh man, rideshare sucks. Oh, rideshare is horrible. Rideshare, because that's what they see. Just like with anything that's put on TV or on CNN in front of your fucking face, that's what you're going to see. And that's what you're going to believe because they push that media in front of you all the time. Rideshare is no different. When they push that rideshare media in front of everybody and they believe everybody's getting minimum wage, everybody's on strike, everybody's upset, then they see us pull up in nice ass cars, living in nice houses, nice neighborhoods. It's like, what else do you do other than rideshare? I'm like, that's it. This is all you do? Yeah, retired a long time ago and this is what I do. Really? Yeah, this is it. Damn. I thought rideshare didn't make no money because that's what people have been fed. There's no money in rideshare. I've taken a few people and showed them how much I make, and they became rideshare drivers after that. One lady I dropped off one time in an apartment complex was like, and I told her how she can rent a car, how she can get everything going and all that shit. She's out doing rideshare right now. So I'm like, she's out there making bank, and she was working a traditional job. And a traditional job pays you just enough to keep you coming back to work. That's what they do. Because if you made too much, your ass ain't coming to work. It's like hitting the lottery. If you hit the lottery, you ain't coming back to work. The difference with rideshare is that you can make a lot of good money, and the energy of the people and the places you go and the food you find out about, that keeps you wanting to go back to work again. The money's very good, but you could have a shitty time making this money and not want to do rideshare. I love rideshare. I enjoy it. I drive a nice car because I'm like, if I'm driving something all day, it's got to be something that I know that can make the miles. It has to make it. It can't break down on me because I'm not going to have some people walking down the street behind me upset that my car broke down. But exactly, Joe. Joe, me and you are the same, man. We're the same. People be like, I can't believe you driving a BMW like rideshare. I'm like, wow, what else would I be driving? Like, there's Teslas out there doing rideshare. There's Maseratis doing it. There's nice Mercedes. There's Cadillacs doing rideshare. What's wrong with a BMW doing rideshare? It's like, it's the same. It's a really nice car. We got a lot of nice cars in rideshare. But they like, but a BMW, nobody does rideshare. Like a BMW is not a rideshare car. Like, no, a BMW is like above everything else. I'm like, no, actually a BMW is a very efficient, reliable car. It's very reliable. These cars will go 500,000 miles. I can rely on that BMW. Same like with a Cadillac. Same thing with a really nice Toyota or a Lexus or whatever. Why not? We got nice Audis out there doing rideshare. Why not use a BMW? You don't see them that often. That's why you just don't. Nobody does rideshare in BMWs. Like, I saw a guy at the BMW when I'm in the Lyft place, and he was doing it. Like, this was back when Lyft was actually open, the hub was open. And I'm like, damn, there's another BMW. The guy was just starting that day. So when I pulled in, I had the Jeep. So I pulled in and I was talking to him. I said, yeah, I got a BMW. I'm just driving my Jeep right now. So he was like, dude, I thought I was the only one with a BMW. I'm like, yeah, it's rare to see a BMW because nobody believes that BMWs can be rideshare cars. I don't know why. I'm like, we got Escalades out here doing it. We got, the XT6, the Cadillacs are doing it. Why can't we do it? It's like, sheesh. No. If Frank said, I know Wes, they think we're money grubbers and don't make nothing. He who laughs last laughs the hardest. Facts. And that's the thing, man. It's like, what Thomas say, 80% of drivers are gone within 8 months because it's not sustainable, or at least, yeah, it's not easily sustainable. Rideshare is not, for the timid. And I'll say that. You got to have thick skin to do this. You're dealing with people from multiple backgrounds, people who are not always happy. A lot of people that get in your car, they was having a bad day before they even got in your car. You're just an extension to that bad day. So when they get in, they're going to start talking crap. They're going to, oh, well, this car isn't it. This car is so low to the ground. Oh, my God, I almost fell getting in. They already know they're in a bad mood. So I asked them, they like guitar music. What do they like, this and that? So by the time they get out, they be like, oh, man, I really needed this ride. Man, this job's got me stressed the hell out, man. I'm glad, man. I love this ride, man. This and that. They're way different because I don't feed into that negative energy. I know what they own when they get in. Some people, if you're a negative person and somebody comes at you with negative shit and you latch on to that negativity and both of y'all are negative with each other, oh, it's going to be a horrible ride, a horrible experience. You got to have thick skin. You got to know when people come in and they talking crap to you or whatever this and that, you could be like, listen, I understand you having a bad day. I used to work a traditional job too. I understand how it goes, man. But trust me, I'm not your enemy, man. I'm just here to get you to the house. That's it. And that's how you got to view it. You got to, handle people as if you're giving them a little HR therapy, human resource therapy or something like that. Otherwise, it's going to be a horrible experience. This is not a sustainable job for everybody. It's just not. But, let me see the shirt. You got to be a provisional. You got to be a professional. If you're not a professional, hey, it's going to be a hard job, man. It's going to be a hard job. Yep, you're right. It's the same with drunk people. Oh, man, reminded me last night. Jeez. Sorry about that. So I get these three guys. Two jump in the back. One jumps in the front. I should have known he was real drunk right off the bat because I said, well, you got to scoot the seat back because my front seat is scoot up a little bit. So I said, you got to scoot the seat back. He lets the seat up, not back. He's elevating it up. And he's just watching it elevate and just watching it elevate and just watching it. I said, dude, you got to move the seat back. So I reach over, start moving the seat back, put it back down for him and everything. We wasn't even 10 minutes, 5 minutes into the ride. Dude is already like this. He is knocked out. So you know me, and the two dudes in the back is chatting, talking, and everything else. So I got my right arm. I'm propping this dude up as I'm driving because I'm hitting corners. I'm like, dude, hey, when I drive this little Beamer, this is all-wheel drive. That means you don't have to use brakes. It's all-wheel drive. When you turn a corner, your front wheels are pulling you through the corner. Rear wheels is keeping you moving. When you got a rear-wheel drive car, your rear wheels are pushing you, so your front wheels will slide out. So the faster you go, your front wheels will slide out because you have no drive from them. Front wheel drive, your front wheels will pull you, but the rear end will slide out. All wheel, shit, you on a train track. That's just like, so I got this dude propped up like this, and I'm like, whoop, whoop. All you see is his head like this. You're like, I'm like, I wish I had a camera, man. I wish I had a camera. Because I was like, I'm going to try to get this dude home as quick as I can before his ass throws up or something like that. And I'm not messing around. I'm like in the car, like, and we going through like, what's that park? Papago. We going through Papago Park from Scottsdale all the way down to Tempe. And I'm cutting through the back way. Man, I'm like, whoop, whoop. When you got this little turnabout, I swung to that turnabout, no brakes. I'm like, and the dude is like, I'm like flying. Dude, that shit was so funny. I was like, ooh, I wish I had a camera. Man, that shit was so funny. And I'm just laughing the whole time. No, no. 4 chicks to stuff themselves in the back of a BMW and one up front. I'm like, are you serious? Yeah, they do that, man. I'll be like, what are you doing? I'm like, this is really, it should be 1 passenger with 2 in the back. Sometimes I'll let 3 in the back. But it's like I got the hump in the middle, like you got the hump in the middle back there, and people sit on that hump. That shit looks so uncomfortable. So I mean, like, you guys should have probably got a big, and I've canceled people before. I'd be like, man, you guys need a bigger vehicle. I don't have a vehicle that big. I mean, we got all these SUVs out here and everything like that, and you order a BMW, a small ass BMW, accept that shit. You should have been like, cancel. We need like a XT6, or we need like, you know, a Q5 or something, QX6. I pull up in a BMW. These motherfuckers all ex-volleyball players and shit. Each girl is 6'1", and I'm like, yeah, this shit ain't happening. This is a 3 Series. I got motherfucking the USA Volleyball Pan America team driving around Scottsdale and shit, and everybody's head is sticking out the sunroof like giraffes and shit. And I'm like, this is not working out. But I do it anyways. I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it anyways. And I need to start asking motherfuckers, how tall are you? It's like, jeez. But some of these girls, man, they be like goddamn models. But that's Scottsdale. They got every girl up there is like a future model, or maybe, I don't fucking know. But they be walking out, and all these motherfuckers, they are all 6'2", 6'3", wearing 6-inch heels to make them 7 foot tall, even, and fucking head sticking out the fucking sunroof with hair going the fuck back, and they just riding down the road. It looks like we riding in one of them little ass Jeeps, them little toy Jeeps you buy from Walmart. That's what it looked like we be riding in when my BMW come. I'm like, you guys need like a Tahoe, or, you know, an Escalade, something. Y'all are way too tall for this little baby ass BMW. It's like, but they get in. I'm like, fuck it, let's have fun. We cranking music, they singing and shit. We just riding, having a good time. It's like, whatever, man. I'll do it. It's like, if y'all want to take a ride, let's go. And it's always fun, though. They know I be cracking on them all the time. They all get out, hitting their heads and shit on the roof. Boop. Like, damn. So many people ask, can I stick my head out of your sunroof? It's like it's a kid's car. Can I stick my head out your sunroof? You want to get decapitated or some shit? No, sit down. The first thing you're gonna do is get hit by a car, and it's like, shit, your head's gonna get cut off. Sit down, kid. What's wrong with you? Oh, but Vinny videos, man, Vinny videos and that damn Cadillac dude, Vinny videos crack me up. I wish he would like post. Well, he can't post them. He's gotta give them to somebody to post. Oh, Uber track provision. No. Vinny's got to get his videos to somebody to post on the channel and just say an anonymous Uber driver gives a ride. Man, his videos are hilarious, hilarious. And just his face, Vinny's face sometimes be cracking me up. Hey, Tony, you know I got to be that, man. Professional. That's Steven. I thought it was Tony. I was like, I thought I saw Tony in there. Steven. Got to be professional, man, no matter what we do. You got to keep it professional with 2 V's, not 1, 2. That means you got to be like this. That's 2 V's. Keep it professional. It's like, shit. Yeah, exactly, man. But nah, it's about an hour and a half. Man, you guys always do this to me, man. We get on these lives and we get to laughing and talking and screwing around, but I appreciate you guys, man. I seriously do, man. And I tell everybody, I'm glad the channel has evolved into what it has. One of my favorite Nipsey Hussle verses in all of his raps was, he said, hating on me like it's a crime to evolve. And everybody has to evolve at some point. And people won't like you for who you are, especially in rideshare. I mean, a lot of us came from traditional jobs. A lot of us still got traditional jobs, but you're slowly changing with how life is and everything. People are going to hate on you like it's a crime to evolve. And that's what Nipsey said it best. Hating on me like it's a crime to evolve. We are all going to change into being something. Some of us used to be negative about rideshare, negative about, delivery. But now we're kind of evolving to understand more about what we're doing and our part in rideshare, whether it's making money, whether it's, motivating each other to stay on these roads and not take crap rides. We're all evolving into something different. So I embrace the evolvement. A lot of people won't. A lot of people are going to be upset that, well, you're not the same as what you used to be. You've changed. I hope I have. I mean, I'm not the same as I was when I was a senior in high school either. I've changed over time. Experience changes you. Life situations change you. Circumstance changes you. So if you don't seize it, I'm still listening, just catching rides. Vinny, hey, sorry about the spit about the video, but man, your stuff is funny. We gotta somehow get your videos on YouTube somehow. None of us are going to put them on our channels, though. That's the funny part, because them videos are comedy. Your face be like, that's funny, man. That's funny. That's right, Thomas. That's right. When a winner loses, they're motivated. When a loser loses, they're crushed. So we stay motivated. It's just like Thursday. I got my butt kicked by Lyft. You didn't see me online going, man, these apps has changed, man. These apps is garbage. They changed. I'm quitting. I'm going. No, I said, you know what? It happens. I got my butt kicked. I got chewed out. Yeah, I was doing the best I can do with the rides I was given. I didn't have a lot of good selections. I was in the wrong market at the wrong time. I couldn't sync up. I couldn't link up, but I stayed motivated. Next night I went out, got them back last night. And that's what winners do, man. We go back in the dressing room at halftime and we say, what do we need to do to come back out harder second half? What do we got to do? And when you do that, you're evolving. So like I said, hating on me like it's a crime to evolve. Nobody can hate on you because you're changing with the situations in front of you. You see something in front of you and you say, I need to change to be better. I need to change to get the upper hand on this, not be crushed. Man, I got to get over this cough. But that's what it is, though. We've all got to evolve at some point. And hopefully a lot of the drivers, especially on my channel, see the evolution. And not only see the evolution, but be the evolution. Be a part of it. See how rideshare came from a real negative, empty hole that where you used to be able to open up any rideshare page and see people bickering, fighting, arguing, cussing, competing against each other, talking down on each other as drivers. You could open up any channel and you would see that. Now, you don't know what you're going to get when you open a channel. You open some channels and it's like you open up Dash and Trader and it's like, holy shit, this dude is giving out the best tips. He's giving out how to make this money. He's always motivated people. I'll tell you that much. He's never not motivated. So he's always motivated people. But now you don't see people in his comments trying to fight or bicker or nothing like that. You don't see people. When I first started my channel, people used to fight and bicker. I used to have to make videos about these people. Stay the hell off my channel. Unsub me. Get away from us. I used to have to make videos about that because I was tired of opening my channel, seeing that shit on my page. But some people embrace that negative energy. You still see it on their pages, and that's cool. There's a space for that. There's going to be a space for all different genres. You can go to a club and hear rap. You can go to a club to hear alternative. You can go to a club to hear, heavy metal. There's a room for everything you want to do. I want to make my channel to be the room where people can come in and be proud about the money they make. Not say, oh, I made this much and have 20 comments after them talking about how they're so stupid for driving rideshare. They're idiots and blah. I don't want that on my channel. So I've been monitoring my channel to make sure this is a safe space for drivers who want to be motivated enough to make that money. Oh, Boba, do you worry about messing up your car food? Yes, all the time. That's why I got the mats I got. In my BMW, I got special mats. And those mats are like leather. So if anything was to spill on it, I could just wipe it right up so it don't touch my carpet. Once it's in your carpet, it gets into your carpet pad. So I got special mats in there. And when I'm driving with drinks, I'm holding those drinks. I don't let that shit, I'll be hitting corners. I don't let that shit fall over. With the Jeep, it don't really matter because the Jeep mats can be replaced real quick. They're all like rubberized and, you could take out the Jeep carpet, put it back. But with pizza, I put pizza in the trunk because my trunk is completely free and clear. So I always put pizza in the trunk of my car because I don't want pizza oil stains from that box on my seats. I don't want any of that shit, like make a mistake sliding forward and hitting the floor and opening up. Pizza food will damage your vehicle. So you got to food proof your vehicle to make sure when you're doing deliveries, if you got to swerve to miss somebody, if that shit dumps over, it ain't going to really affect your car. Yeah, Frank, man, the desert, the blooms out in the desert right now, man. Hey, Thomas, man. Hey, this is more of us got to do this, man. I know a lot of us drivers, we usually do it after we drive. Me, because I'm a night driver, I could actually do lives during the daytime if I can get my butt up on time. And at night is when everybody's done with their day. And that's when people usually host, Oh yeah, people eating. Yeah, I don't let people eat in my car, but no, people don't eat my eating and drinking. I tell people right off the bat, if you got an open container, you got to either dump it or leave it out there. But I'm not taking a risk on somebody going, oh, sorry. Sorry does not get all that shit out of my seats. And my seats are perforated. Sorry doesn't clean all. Sorry is a word. It's 5 letters. Shit don't clean out that back seat. So I'm not going to be sorry, and you're not going to be sorry. You're going to leave that shit right on the curb and not bring that in my car so nobody is sorry. It's like, now we're good. Let's roll. But yeah, Thomas, man, more people should actually be like, doing lives in the daytime. Because some of these drivers, we're out there. We don't have YouTube radio. We don't got Lyft radio, DoorDash radio. Somebody has to be online so we can still be in the community together and not just have to listen to Spotify all day. We can have drivers communicating. Everybody's in the chat. Everybody's, bragging about, how much they made per mile. Because I love when I hear people say, this is how much, because it gives hope to people. Because like I said, I got my ass kicked Thursday. King James sent me his message. He did like 5 or 6 rides or something like that in 5 hours, made like almost $600. I like to see shit like that because it lets me know there is still money in the game. There's still money in the game. I just had a bad day. Nothing wrong with having a bad day. We all gonna have a bad day. And so that's why I like my channel being the way it is, because I go to other channels. If you post on another channel, oh man, today I banged out $40 an hour in rideshare. Oh, you're stupid. I got out of rideshare so long ago. You're stupid. You're wasting your time. You're an idiot. You shouldn't have to deal with that just by being happy and being proud. Like I said, if your kid score a touchdown, the whole stands is going to jump up and celebrate. Yay, touchdown. Finally, we scored. That's how I feel about rideshare drivers. If you score, you make good. I'm celebrating with you because I'm a driver too. I want to see you successful because I want to be successful. We're doing the same thing. We're all out here driving, doing gig work. So why not cheer for each other? Why do we get beat up in comments on certain channels? The moment we put, hey man, I had a great week today. Next thing you know, oh, you got 50 comments talking smack about you, laughing at you, cracking on you and everything else. And you didn't get on the internet for that. You just wanted to share, a story about success. Like, hey, man, I had a good week. That's all I'm saying. I had a really good week. I had a good ride or I had a good passenger. Oh, man, this is horrible. You should get out of rideshare. All these apps need to be shut down. We need to do a revolution against these apps. You didn't get online for all that. So it's like, man, forget all that. Forget all that. And that's why, a lot of channels, like I said, now that we're going around, we're seeing the evolution of rideshare. We're looking on different channels and we're seeing it's less and less negativity the more channels you start opening, because you used to open any channel and it's just all negative, all for ex-drivers, all people who are driving and not doing well. And once you let them know that maybe you didn't do well because you didn't do it right. Maybe that's what it was. You just didn't do it right. Not everybody's going to be 100% correct in everything they do. I mean, you can shoot the ball wrong. You can dribble wrong. You could make a tackle wrong. And you've been playing football for years. You're not always going to do everything right. So you learn how things are evolving and changing and you adapt. You modify, you pivot, you do whatever you can do to do it better. But all people learn how to do better was complain. They're better complainers now than they've ever been. Now they know how to complain about rideshare, how to complain about delivery, what to complain about, why they're complaining, when to complain. But we want to change that to say, this is when you need to learn to pivot. When your money per hour seems to be going down and you're getting crap rides, either A, call it a night so you don't get worked up and pissed off, just call it a night. Or do a different app. Say, you know what? I'm not doing good right now with DoorDash. I'm going to move over to Uber Eats. Oh, I'm not doing good with Uber Eats. Oh, man, I'm jamming with Spark right now. So you went from not good to doing good when people used to do not good, straight to the internet to complain. Not good, straight to the internet to complain. We got to evolve from that. If you're not doing good, figure it out. Switch. Not doing good, figure it out. Now you're doing great. Come to the internet. Hey, man, guess what? I wasn't doing too good. Then this hour, I wasn't doing too good. But guess what? I came back. I bounced back. This is what I started doing. And this is how it works. Another driver's going to need to see that information. Another driver's going to be like, dude, I needed to hear that because I've been having a hardest time with DoorDash. So I could just pivot. Like people, like right now, I got GoPuff on my phone. They finally approved me. GoPuff approved me to drive. I'm in now. But this is the problem. The GoPuff hub is 12 miles from my house. 12 miles. So normally, I get $2 a mile, sometimes $3 a mile, but I'll be driving to the hub for free. So I'm giving up $24 to $36 every time I drive to the hub. I'm giving up $24 to $36 every morning. If I say I'm gonna go to the hub, I'm giving up $24 to $36 because I usually start my app here. I'll turn my app on and get an airport route. I'll just turn my app on, hang out in the kitchen, do whatever. Playing $47 for 22 miles. Cool, let's do it. And I'm just going up to Scottsdale or whatever. I'm used to doing that. With GoPuff, I won't be able to do that. I've got to go to the hub. So I'm dead miling it all the way to the hub. So that's already $24 I'm not getting. $24 to $36 I'm not getting, but I'm using that fuel. I take that into consideration. I'll get whatever I got to get, whether it's 1 order, 2 orders, 5 orders, don't know, because I don't know how GoPuff really works. Drive all of that stuff around, drop all of that stuff off, calculate how much I got per mile. Then I got to go back to the hub. So I got to dead mile it back to whatever hub. And so I'm going to be doing a lot of dead mile calculations. If GoPuff is not paying me at least $4 to $5 a mile for every single delivery, then my dead miles won't average out what I'm doing with rideshare. If GoPuff is paying me the exact same as what I'm doing with rideshare, then I'll make more money per mile with rideshare because I'm doing a ton of dead miles with GoPuff. So I've got to do GoPuff one day to kind of see how much they're paying me. So, but for right now, I'm like, yeah, let me not do GoPuff. It's 12 miles away and I got to keep going back to the hub. Yeah, let me figure this shit out. So I'm calculating what it is, not just jumping in my car and driving and going, hey, because I could be shooting myself in the foot by driving GoPuff now. So I got to figure that shit out. But yeah, let me see. Let me go through some of these comments real quick. Every market is different here in Vegas. Nothing but a lot of $5 trips, but guess what it is? I'm doing a smile on my face. That's right, Marlon, man. Merlin. See, and that's the thing, though. Nothing's really wrong with the slow trips, the $5 trips. A lot of times the $5 trips are actually the good ones because if they could be like a mile, you go on 1 mile and guess what? That's $5 a mile. If you got a 400-mile gas tank, you just made $2,000 off of 1 gas tank. So make sure that $5 trip is only like a mile. That's it. If it's 2 miles, that's $2.50 a mile off a $4 gas tank or 400-mile gas tank. You're making almost $900 off of 1 tank of gas. So a $5 trip ain't that bad as long as you got a lot of them lined up and they're only like a mile or 2. If that's it, oh, you jamming. Because for every mile you drive, bam, $5. Do that 400 times. It might take you 2 days to do all those trips, but guess what? You just made like $2,500 in about 2 or 3 days of doing $5 trips. You're like, dude, I did like 400 miles worth of $5 trips. You just cranked out almost 2 G's. Basically, and you ain't putting no gas back in your car. You drive the whole day doing $5 trips. You in your day, you like, dude, I still got about a little less than 3/4 of a tank, and all I did was $5 trips. Or I'm in like a half a tank of gas. All I did was $5 trips. Man, I got damn near $1,000 just from $5 trips. That's it. So $5 trips are not that bad, depending on how far they are. I mean, if somebody told me if I was at ASU doing nothing but $5 trips across campus all day, shit, I do it all day long. Like, let's go. Let's roll. Tesla and booking around 502 charges. Dang. Yep. That's it. $500 and 2. That's what you do, man. You making money because you're paying for the charge, but then you go out and make that $500 in 2 charges. You're turning a really good profit. That's a real good profit right there. As long as, like I said, like I said, you got to do it per kilowatt hours, like how much hour you're driving and stuff like that. So I'm thinking if you can do $500 in 2 chargings, you're only paying like maybe what, $30, $40 total charges, and you're getting $500. You're more than 10x in your money. I guarantee that. All right. 4th consecutive restaurant in a row where the order isn't ready. How does Pedro and others do it? Will ever have a look like that? Yeah, that's right, Thomas, man. It's like I tell people all the time, how do you get to restaurants and your order's already ready? Like I get there and it's always like not ready. And I got to sit there and hang out and chill. I'm like, man, this is taking forever. That's why I don't do this one. Like there's a restaurant, a sandwich shop, pizza shop by ASU. Never, ever go there because it's never ready when you get there. And there's 3 orders in front of yours because it's all college kids ordering. So you get there and you're going to wait 30 minutes, 40 minutes for like a $8, $9 order. It ain't worth it. You're going to be making $18 an hour screwing with that little restaurant. It's like, nope. Every time I used to see it pop up, nope. It's a little pizza place next to some little pizza shop or whatever over there in the corner lot. Nope. Decline. Not doing it because I know exactly where it is. Nope. Don't do it. because it ain't worth it. It's just not worth it. If the number of rides is good enough, yeah, you got to get a good bonus though. I mean, this weekend, Phoenix, I think it was $350 for like 70 rides, then an extra maybe 80 or 90 for another 10. I don't even know. But I was gonna do it for Uber, but then I was like, yeah, let me stick with the Lux rides because I know the concert's going in town. So I was doing all Lux, just jamming. Yesterday was a good day. I needed yesterday because the day before was like, y'all really upsetting me with this. What do you say? My list of blacklisted restaurants is a mile long. Oh, dude. My number one ban, if I see McDonald's, there is no question. At night, because like I said, I'm a night driver. McDonald's shuts their lobby. So I have to go to a drive-through. So if I see a McDonald's, it's an automatic no. Daytime might be different because if I can go into the restaurant and talk to them and get my food, that's one thing. But if I have to sit in this long line of cars, yeah. Oh, you got to be careful out there, Thomas, man. Be careful, brother. That could have been you, man. Jeez. That's crazy, man. Hey, you got to be careful because them people could be smashing into you. Be careful out there, brother. Be careful. So Merlin, he fills up from $9 to $18. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's it. And you're making $500 off of $18. That's much better than the stock market, way better than the casino. It's basically shooting fish in a barrel. I mean, if you're making that much, $500 out of $18 worth of charge, how can you say no to it? How can you really say, nah, I'm not doing that? That's garbage. Bro, anybody would rather hand somebody $18 and get $500 back. This is a smart business. For every $18 I give you, you're going to give me $500 back? All right, let's do business. What are we talking about? It's like, forget that. I'll take that all day. Because just think, if you do that 10 times, you just spent $180 to make $5,000. You gave somebody $180 and they gave you back 5 G's. That's a business I want to be in. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, dude, let's flip this money. What are we talking about? Yep, exactly, Wes, man. And that's the thing. Them tips make a difference, man. And a lot of riders don't realize how much drivers appreciate tips. Because like I was saying earlier, we got to deal with suspension. Like E-Love has a suspension issue right now. E-Love has the same issue that I was having. I had to go spend $600 on my front suspension, and I just ordered 2 front struts for $225. So that's almost $900 just to do my front suspension on the Jeep over again because I got big tires on there. That's a lot of tips. I mean, that's a lot of fares, a lot of tips, a lot of expenses, and that's not counting all the other bills I got to pay just to be able to do rides for these. I got to park it at a house, so the house has to be paid for. Utilities got to be paid for. Food has to be here. Got to get dog treats for the dogs. So it's like tips make a difference. They really help drivers continue driving because that's a part of our life. If we can't take care of our life and do a job that's taking care of our life, we're not doing that job no more. That's just what it is. We're not doing that job. And a lot of people stop doing rideshare and stop doing delivery because either the tips dried up, and tips dry up normally when a driver is shitty. Let's be honest. If a driver is not, nice, purposely, because I've seen drivers, I'm not leaving until you put your seatbelt on. I'm not driving until you put your seatbelt on. I tell motherfucker, I don't care if you put your seatbelt on or not. When this car flip, I'm gonna be in my seat and you won't. That's just how shit works out. So your life is in your hands. If you want to put your seatbelt on, knock yourself out. If you don't, you don't. And yeah, Lyft has been good for tips lately. And the tips for Lyft have been coming the next day. So if somebody doesn't tip you, don't rate them right off the bat. Don't. Give it a couple of days. Because for some, like I can open up my app right now, I bet there's tips in there. Lyft, because people are getting out of the car and Lyft is not letting these people know you could tip. A lot of people don't see it on their screen. Lyft will send them a message. Uber will send them a message. Hey, did you tip your last driver? Make sure if you like the service, tip them. Because I'll wait a couple of days and tips will just come through. You'll see like an $11 tip, a $9 tip. All the stuff will just be coming up. Ooh. You know what? I think like Uber is tricky because I got 2 tips yesterday. I did 2 rides a few days ago. No tip whatsoever. No tip. I didn't do any rides for Uber yesterday. Those 2 trips tipped me yesterday. This is what Uber is doing. Uber is seeing whether or not you're driving. If you're not driving, there's probably message to the customer saying, did you enjoy your drive with your last customer? How was your ride with your gut? You want to tip them to entice me to get back online again because they see I didn't get online. I was on Lyft the whole time. So a lot of these, I don't think they would even give us tips if we keep getting online all the time, they're not going to message people. They're going to just assume that we like driving, and they're not going to message the customer asking no questions. But the moment you don't drive, that's when they're going to jump online. Hey, do you like driving with Jeff? How was your ride with Jeff or whatever, this and that? Oh, let me tip that dude. He was cool. He was cool. Sometimes it's like that, man. I don't think, they're giving people the enticement to tip us. And it's the illusion of them stealing our tips because we thinking, damn, man, that was a good ass ride. That person was cool as hell. Why the hell didn't they tip me? What did I do wrong? How come I didn't get that money? Because Uber's not allowing them to tip. A lot of these little tip modes, the tips on the screens, you can't even see where you tip at. One dude gave me his phone. He was like, hey, man, how do I tip you? And it was like a little small section on the phone that had the percentages on it. He didn't know what them percentages were. So I said, oh, these are the percent. Oh, he says, okay, just tip the highest one. So I just touched the highest one. I was like, appreciate that, man. They do it all the time. Oh, man. 5th restaurant in a row, order not ready. You know what I think? Because you guys are in a snowstorm right now, they probably think that nobody's coming to get this food. They're like, don't make the food until the person gets here. That's probably what they're thinking. Because if you're in the middle of a storm and they probably had orders all day being canceled because people aren't showing up to get their food, drivers are probably not like you. Because Thomas, you're a driver that will go get it. You go that extra mile to go get it. A lot of these drivers are not like you. So they're probably accepting orders and be like, yeah, no, I'm not getting it. And these restaurants have probably been dealing with that all day. People saying they're coming to get it and they just don't. Then you show up and they're like, oh shit, a driver just showed up to get that food. Oh, we better hurry up and make it. So it could be the storm thing, man. So that might be another level of the game that a lot of people aren't talking about. Restaurants who don't have food ready during natural events like storms or, hurricane, rain, whatever, man. So that might be something you might want to talk about on another channel one day. My name all covered up. Look at that. Yeah. Yep. Regardless of the circumstances, man. And a lot of times it's kind of like that when we're doing ride share and we go to nightclubs, like events. Like last night, who was that? I think that was John or Eric? Joe. Last night, Joe, he was saying how he had 5 cancellations at the concert, at the Taylor Swift concert, 5 cancels. Now, you got to drive way out there for one thing, because it's out there. So you get out there, and because it's a big-ass concert, people can't find you. People get frustrated. People are all over the place, and they're canceling on the spot. So that Taylor Swift concert, it is like you don't want to go out there because you're most likely going to get canceled a few times before you get a ride. And he's even saying it's taking up to 45 minutes for him to get a ride and get out of there. That's 45 minutes passing just to get there and to get out of there. That's a long time. But it's circumstances. That's why I don't do those concerts. I don't do events at the stadium. I mean, when the Cardinals used to play out there, I would go out there and do rides, and I stopped. I said, nope, never again, never again. Because they just don't have it right. They just don't do it right. Okay, so it's like you can make 30 plus an hour, but that will not be the hourly rate. Just can't see how they're pulling 450 in 8 hours doing DoorDash. It doesn't track. Well, Thomas, also, they're probably not getting as many cancels as you're getting, or many slow orders. Because in bigger cities where, service has to move a lot faster because of the frequency of orders coming in, I mean, a lot of these people they can take a loss on an order being canceled here and there. So they're probably making the food, having it ready when they get there. It's always market dependent, especially with restaurants, very market dependent. So if you get there and the food's not ready, you should ask the people, hey, how come you guys aren't getting the food ready? Is there some reason why, you guys just not making the food till people get here? What's going on? And they might even tell you, well, we're not making the food before the person gets here because everybody's canceling. They might just say that. If anyone making $30 an hour more doing delivery, they totally should live stream it to shut me up. I'll do it. No, I can't do it. Next week, probably. I'll probably try to do delivery next week. And what I'll do is I'll do the screen thing like how I did with the at the airport. Because I do that better. Because I don't know, man. Recording with my phone and doing this crazy shit with my phone while I'm driving, I can't do that. But if I'm sitting, I could do it. So I'll probably just, do the screenshot, and it'll have the time up in the top screen up there. So as I'm going through scrolling for rides and screening for rides and everything, once I find some, I could hit it, go do the delivery. then I can do the screenshot for the next one, do the same thing, and you'll still see the time up in the top corner. So you can say, okay, this is about how long it took me from the first order that I scouted and got, the second order I scouted I got. This is how much time passed. Then you can see how much I made per hour based on the timestamp in the top corner. Other than that, I mean, I don't think I could do live streaming and do delivery. I'll be on my phone too much. They would get an attitude there. Yeah. So they're already miserable. They get an attitude. I know it. They'd be like, hey, why is it taking you guys forever? Shut up and take the burger. Like, listen, I'm just asking a question. You're just being miserable, lady. Snatch the bag and run out the store. No, man, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah. Hey, Steven, man, if next time, this is what's going to happen. Next time there's big events, especially in Arizona, like a super, super big event, because there's going to be a lot of cool stuff this summer coming out. Man, you might have to come out and be like, dude, I'm going to do a weekend, just one weekend, and you will see it is crazy out here. And all you got to do is let all the new drivers that don't know do the event and just go to Scottsdale and Chandler and Gilbert. That's it. Don't even do the event. Just go to the areas where drivers aren't, and you will start. You'll be like, dude, I'm telling you, I think I can make $1,000 a day. I was on it yesterday, man. I was on it. But I took that break in the middle because I was tired and I was hungry. I was like, man, let me go home. So I stopped for a couple of hours, and I think I got knocked out of the queue for Lux. Because, I mean, they was just giving me rides like crazy. And I'm like, damn, man, I'm like, I was already at like maybe $300 in about 4 or 5 hours. I was already at $300 already. So when I went back and did my other 2-3 hours, that's when I made the other 280. And I was like, cool. But I think I could have did it, man. I could have did it. Oh, Robert Reese's on 225 a day. Hey, you'll get it, brother. You'll get it. Because I know Robert, hey, and he talks his orders through when he's doing live. Now, Thomas, with Robert Reese, you got to look at some of his lives, some of his videos, because he'll be doing deliveries as he's going. So if anybody can make like $30, $40 an hour and do it live, it'll be Robert Reese. Me, I'll just do it on my screen. I don't think I can do it live, though. I don't have cameras like that. But yeah, Steven, man, I'm telling you, man, it's like, just be like, listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to let all the people do the event, the big weekend event, and I'm going to go sit up in Scottsdale and just do Lux rides or comfort rides all night, up and down Scottsdale, Tempe, Chandler, Gilbert, bruh. As long as you don't need a break, as long as you can keep doing it and you don't take a break in the middle, they might leave you in that queue and just keep feeding you rides, just feeding. Because, I mean, I'll go through the screenshots of some of my rides yesterday. It was intense. I mean, I was getting, 6-mile rides for like $35. It was crazy. And they were just, because everybody was doing that Taylor Swift concert. They had no drivers nowhere. Thomas said, he says, you do 62.54 for the day? Oh, you can keep doing it, Thomas, man. You'll get some tips rolling through, brother. Get some tips rolling through. And tell these restaurants to speed it up some, man. Call them ahead of time. That's what you can do. Just call. If you can, call the restaurant ahead and say, hey, this is Thomas with, Uber Eats or DoorDash. I'm on my way to the restaurant. Is the food already prepared for this order? Because I am actually on my way. Give them a call and see if they can do it while you're on your way there. Because they're like, oh, man. He said, so I'm doing the Lord's work for sure. Like, man. It's like, hey, do it. Yeah, do that for sure, man. You out there giving donations. You putting donations in the donation bucket. Shit. Yeah, Steven, man. That's what it is. Whenever there's a big event, I go the opposite direction. Now, at the tail end of the event, when the surge is gone and there's still people sitting around waiting for the cheaper rides, that's when like all the drivers are gone, everybody's gone. You'll get like, 30, 40 people just kind of lingering around. Now they'll need rides. And that's usually when I show up at the concerts, when I can see that the surge has dropped all the way down to like, $5. That means everybody, it used to be 25, 30. Now it's all the way down to $5. Now, there's no cars over there. They're not really offering money. So I go over there real quick, do a couple of quick rides, pick people up, and they'll tip you well because they just saved all that money. They know what the rides used to be. So they'll be like, man, these rides was like $42 for a mile just to get out of here, man. Now it's all the way down, $24. And they'll $24, you'll take them a few miles, they'll tip you, $5, $10. So it's like I always wait till after the event to go pluck the last of the people out of there. But it's like, I don't do the main event. Nope. Even Joe said the same thing, man. Joe was like, dude, it was 45 minutes per ride. And that's waiting on people, waiting. That's not driving. Driving was worse because you got to get there through all that traffic, up the highway, up the exit ramp, up Camelback, up 92nd Avenue. You got to do all that crazy just to get there, get the person, then get out of there. It ain't worth it. If the app said for each person you pick up, if we charging them $160, $170 to get out of there, we'll give you $110 of it. Instead, they're giving you $50 to $60 of it, and they're keeping the 100. I'm like, flip that. Give us the 100 and you keep the 60 and we'll go do it. But it's like, I'm not doing that for $60. No, because they were sending me $50 rides. And I was like, nope, not for $50. No, because I already know what it is. It was like, it's going to take me an hour and a half. So I'm making, $30 an hour just screwing with these events. I can't do it. I'm not doing it. Give us the 100. You guys keep the 50 or 60 and we call it good. Yeah. See, Robert Reese, man, them events, they don't have them lined up good for the drivers. They need to either pay drivers better or have a more efficient way for us to get in and out. But they can't have it both ways. They can't have it where they're paying us like crap and they don't have an efficient way. The apps are having it both ways. We ain't falling for that. Nope. So I'll be like, and I know people want to get out there and people be like, man, I really want to ride. Man, I really got to get there. I don't want to be late. Then you guys got to either tip really well or just talk to your driver. Be like, listen, they're charging me $90 to get out there. I know they're only giving you $32 of the 90. How about I just give you $60 cash and you just take me? Okay, $60 cash. I'll take you as far as I can because I know when it gets crazy traffic in there, I'm not going to want to keep driving. Like what happened to me on New Year's, and that person, the two people in the back of my car, wouldn't get out my car at the gold rush. They wouldn't get out and walk like everybody else was getting out because the line was too long. They were getting out, walking. People was walking past my car. They was already at the event. The two people in the back of my car, nope, they're not walking. They feel privileged. They're not walking. You see cars in front of me, people getting out. The car is U-turning, so the driver can go make more money. Car ahead, people get out the car U-turns, so people can go make money. And all I'm doing is just scooting up slower. The two people in the back see what's going on, and they see ain't no cars going nowhere. And these motherfuckers are sitting in the back of my car just like, man, this is taking forever. And I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm like, everybody's walking because it's quicker to walk. Yeah, we're not walking that far. Well, it's not about walking that far. It's wasting my time. And then the two, they didn't even tip. To this day, they didn't tip. I waited the next day to see if they tipped. They didn't tip. And that's what killed my New Year's. That was my very first trip on New Year's Eve. Going to that damn Gold Rush concert, my very first trip. And it ruined the rest of the night. Steven banged out $1,000 that night. Think King James, everybody was banging out $700-800 that night. Everybody. And this was on UberX platforms. I was on a Lux platform and I didn't even break $600 on Lux New Year's Eve. I was like, that trip killed my night. And I'm like, I should have been at 1,000, easily at $1,000 by now. It's like that one, it knocked me out of the queue, got me way out in the middle of nowhere. I could have been doing all them short hops, all them cool rides. I was way out there, man, trapped. That's why I tell people, don't mess with these events, man. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Unless you're doing a private ride, somebody giving you $75 up front cash, cool. But if you're doing it for $25, $30, $40, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Yeah, Greg, they did. They drove more than I did, but they got, way more money because I was sitting. I mean, my first hour and a half on New Year's Eve, I made like $25, $30 in my first hour and a half because of that one trip. Because I had to drive out there, not realizing that it was the Gold Rush event. I knew it was an event, but I didn't think it was Gold Rush. I'm thinking they're going to a party, house party or something. Get off the highway, start driving. As soon as you get off the highway now, it's about 3-4 miles to the event off the highway. As soon as you get off the highway, it's already traffic. I made it to get to the event all the way up to about a mile was fairly easy. Traffic was kind of moving. Got about a mile from there. Once you hit a mile, you're at a dead stop. You didn't go nowhere for a long time. And that's why everybody was getting out and just walking. But the people in my car, they didn't get out and walk. So I didn't make nothing for the first hour and a half. That was my only ride. And it was a waste, complete waste. In an hour and a half on New Year's Eve, I could have been banging out $100, easily $100. I made about $25, $30 that first hour and a half. I was $75 short. I was like, man, $75 short in my first hour. Then once I dropped them off, I had to go back through traffic to get out of that shit, hit the highway and get back to the area where all the parties were. So that was still dead miles, gas, time. It flattened me out. I probably lost easily $150 in the first hour of my night, because I closed at about 570. Another 150 on that would have been about 720. 720 would have been decent for New Year's Eve for how much I drove. Kiki, professional. Man. And that's what killed me. That's what killed me. It was just, when you get caught up in traffic and you could be taking short trips, like Steven said, take short trips. Don't do the long trips, because that's going to eat up your clock, eat up your miles. It's going to dead mile you at some point. Do nothing but short trips. Anything like, and the first thing I do now, like especially tonight when I go out tonight, when I see trips come through, the first thing I look at is miles. If it's over 10, it's no, because I know what's going to happen. They're going to give you 15 miles for $30. That's $2 a mile. $2 a mile plus the time. $2 a mile. I can go take a 4-mile trip for like $30. That's $7 a mile. So I'd rather take that $7 a mile trip than that long trip that's $2 a mile. Don't do the long trips, because it's only paying you $2 a mile. Drop down in mileage. 4 miles, $30. Let's do it. I'll do that. But you start doing 11, 12 miles, you're only getting like $30. That's it. So it's like, why not just do one for 4? I start looking at miles instead of looking at money. The first thing I look at is miles, then money. I used to look at money, miles. Nope. When it's busy like now, look at miles. Over 10, automatically decline. Over 10, automatically decline. 8 miles, how much? $32. Take it. It's like, forget that. That's how I operate, man. It's like, I'll see something 3 miles, $17. Take it. Like, yep. Look down. 2.1 miles, $12. Take it. Like, that's the first thing I do. Yep, exactly. Look at the time, man. Look at that time. Because a lot of times they put the dollars in front of your face to trick you. Because if they sit up there and put $35, you go, damn, $35. All I've been seeing was $6 trips, $7 trips, $11 trips. They just threw a $30 trip in my face, $30, and you hear him hit accept, and you find out it's $30 for 23 miles. You'd be like, damn, I just took a 23-mile trip for $30. What the hell? Yeah, you could have got a 4-mile trip for $19. Take the $19. It's like, and that's the thing, time. Always get time, because time traps everything, because you can only do so many miles within 30 minutes. Let's say within 30 minutes, you can only go, 15 miles, 10 miles, 15 miles. That's all you can go. You can't go 80 miles in 30 minutes. I mean, you'd have to be going supersonic fast. So time will trap your miles. If it says 10 minutes, I can only be going about maybe 2-3 miles in 10 minutes. That's the most I can go in 10 minutes. But if you're going to a concert and it's 3 miles, that 3 miles could be 40 minutes. So if you're looking at miles only, you got to look at where you're going now. Because you're like 3 miles. Okay, where am I going for 3 miles? Concert? Okay, that's 40 minutes of driving if I'm going to the concert, because I got to get off the highway, up the ramp, around the corner, and you sitting in traffic the whole time for 3 miles. I don't care about the miles. I'm looking at time, because time will trap everything. I'll be like, how much time? 12 minutes? Okay, I can do 12 minutes. Where am I going? All right, bet. Let's do it. And because within 12 minutes, you can only go 3 miles, 4 miles. That's all you can do. You can't be 12 minutes, 20 miles. It's like, what are you driving, like 100 miles an hour? It's like, jeez. So, are you sure? Oh, yeah. Yep, that's right, Kiki. That's right, man. Oh, Greg. $400. There you go, brother. Hey, and the thing is, Greg, you got out, you made the $400. You get the car home safe, you home safe. Tomorrow's a new day. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. You got out, you made the 400. You can come home, cash it out so the apps don't screw you and try to deactivate you and keep the 400. Hurry up and cash it out. That's your 400 you made for the day. Pay a little 85 cents. Pay that. Get that out the way. Because I learned that off of watching Uber Lyft Phoenix, off of Aaron. I cash out every day now. I don't wait 2, 3, 4 days to cash out. If it's over $200-$300, cash out. If it's like $80, I might not cash out. But you $400, pay that 85 cents. Get your money out of there, man. And it's like, don't let the apps deactivate you and you be like, oh, damn, I got deactivated. I just lost $400. See, and Kiki, she even says, traffic patterns. 10-minute rides at 1 p.m. can turn into a 35 minutes at rush hour. And that's for real, because I drive at nights, and I tell people all the time, when I'm driving at nights, the roads that are busy during rush hour are wide open at 2 a.m, wide open. I'm cruising. So know your traffic patterns, know where you're going. Because a lot of people, when I see something going down Southern or down Baseline here in Phoenix, if it's going down those two streets and it's 5 p.m., you're in a parking lot. But I can take those same two streets at 11 p.m. and it's like nothing. You can just fly right through. So it's like, I don't mess with some streets at certain times of the day. Hey, Greg, no problem, brother. No problem, brother, man. You getting it. Hey, like I said, you getting it in, man. A $400 Saturday. Listen, 5 days, $2,000. You can do that for 5 days. That's 2 G's. You don't have to work 7 days. You can do 5 and call it good. Take 2 days off. Do whatever you want. Wake up when you want to wake up. Go eat Cold Stone ice cream. Do whatever. And that's how it works, man. That's how it works. You work hard when the money is there. So when it's slow, you ain't got to work at all. You don't have to work a slow day. You don't got to be like, man, I got to go out here and grind out this on a slow day. Nope. So there you go, 1890. That's how you do it, man. You don't have to work every single day. You work smarter so you can have your life. You still got your life to live. So you go out there, you work, you get that money, you live your life. And like I said, you cash out. You didn't not expense a whole lot because you ain't drove a whole lot of miles or a whole lot of time. You just did it smart. That's all. You just did it smart. Because just think, if you had to drive 80 hours to make 1890, you're making $20-something an hour. And 80 hours for 1890, you're averaging about $20 an hour. So you don't want to deal with that. You want to say, if you made it 1890, and just imagine if you made $50 an hour, that's over 30 an hour. Say, okay, cool. So I'm jamming right now. I made over $30 an hour, almost $40 an hour. And you just got to start looking at, how can I get my hourly up so I can have my total hours work less? 38 hours, less than a full-time job, less than a full-time job, almost 2 G's, less than a full-time job. That's smart driving. And if more people realize that, we wouldn't be putting ourselves in a line of danger all the time, keeping our cars on these roads for 80, 90 hours a week. A lot can happen in 80, 90 hours on the road. A lot can happen. So you can do it in 38 hours. That's basically, let's say you work 4 days, that's less than 10 hours a day. If you work 5 days, that's about 7 hours a day. 7 hours a day, and you're done. 2 G's for working 5 hours, 7 hours a day for 5 days. Who wouldn't want that job? Who wouldn't want it? I'd want it. That's just me, because I'm like, dude, I'm not doing that, man. I'm not trying to go out there and be in these streets for 80 hours, because I don't know what can happen out there. In my garage, I'm cool. I'm kicking back. I'm relaxed. I know money's in these streets. I'm gonna go get this money later. That's how I do. Said pizza. You're right, but some people have big family. Yeah. And that's the thing. I tell people like this: the bigger the family, the more the income. And everybody in a big family has to pitch in. I remember when we were younger and we had big families, everybody had money back then because everybody in the house worked and pitched in. I remember when I was at McDonald's and I was living in my aunt's house, I would work at McDonald's, bang out as many hours as I could. I'd give money to the house because I lived there. I had groceries. I ate food and everything. When everybody in the household is pitching in and not just saying, well, since this ain't my house, I don't have to pay. Even I was a kid in high school, making sure my aunt had money. I was giving her some of my money out of my McDonald's check because I knew I ate food there. I lived there. I ran lights there. So it's like when you use resources and you're from a background of giving money to the family you're in, you look at most Asian families, you look at most Hispanic families, they are all pitching into the same household. And then they're also sending money back to their extended family down in like South America, down in Mexico, down in Brazil, over in Portugal, overseas and shit. They're when you got a big family, that's a lot of money you could potentially make. So I'm like, dude, I love, see, that's the thing, Greg. He said, I hear you. I'm Hispanic. That's what I'm saying, man. And it's funny that you say you're Hispanic, because when I lived in St. Louis, I was talking to somebody on the phone one time. St. Louis, and I lived there for about 6 years when after I retired. I was talking to this lady on the phone, so I'm chatting with her. I show up at her house to fix her car, so I'm showing up. So I'm sitting out in the driveway. She looks outside. She goes, can I help you? I'm like, yeah, I'm Jeff, this and that. She says, oh, I was talking to you on the phone. I thought you was Hispanic. I say, why? Because I talk fast? She was like, I didn't think you was black. You say, when I was talking on the phone, I thought you was Hispanic. I was like, man. She saw that I was just some black dude sitting in there fucking in front of her house. She was like, can I help you? Motherfucker, I'm here to work on your car. Oh, shit. I thought you was Hispanic. It's like hell. But that's what happens, man. Like people, and you know, we work hard as just people in general, no matter what. And we always came from working, you know, pitching in the family. So I don't mind giving money to the households, even when I was like with ex-girlfriends or whatever, this and that. I don't mind giving money because it costs resources to live. And when I see people living, especially, this is what's wrong with a lot of men I see in general. They'll be living with a female or something like that. They'll be making all this money and they'll give the girl like $150 for the month. Like, hey, here's $150. But the dude done made like 3 G's all month. But he'll get a girl like $150. I'll be like, you kidding? And I hear some funny stories like that. Yeah, this guy, you know, this and that, he gives me $200 a month. He makes like $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month. He gives me $200-$300 a month. That's it. Like, what? Like, shit. Hey, you'll get like $200 a week. Damn it. It's like, because I know I eat groceries. I know I'm ripping and running all the time. You got to donate to the household you're in. So a lot of times, the bigger the family you in, if everybody's on the same page, like you said, man, we all family. Hey, no matter where you at, no matter who you live with, no matter what environment you in, we all family. So you got to take care of family. Just do it. Be like, hey, I got to donate to the cause. I know I'm eating a lot of food. I'm using electricity. You know, I'm taking up space and everything. Do it. Hispanic women are counting our money. They'll be like, I know yesterday you made $420. I saw it on the internet because I was spying your damn YouTube channel and you made $420 yesterday. Like, how do you know this shit? Like, she got her girls watching your page. Hey, I'm on his channel right now. He made $430. Greg, yeah, hit him up. Greg be like, girl, I ain't got no money. I'm broke. You're lying because you made over $400 yesterday, working 8.5 hours. You had 4 passengers. How do you know all of this shit? Hey, bro, she's stalking your YouTube channel. She can tell you what 2 streets you drove down. I know you drove down Southern and you went down Baseline and you did. How do you know all of this shit? She's stalking your page, bro. Hispanic women, man. But you can't lie. You can't even lie. She'll be like, you like, baby, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I don't know what you're talking about. Shit, she'll pull up a screenshot. That's your username, Greg Villa? That's $400 on Saturday? That's you. Man, you'd be like, damn, busted. All right, here's $100. Like, yeah, boy, man. Hey, and that's what we do as Americans, man. We're almost too independent to where we leave off that last part, dependent. And even when I was a dependent, when I was a young man, you know, like I said, working at McDonald's, doing what I could do, I still made sure I gave to the household I was in. And nowadays you got these kids, 16, 18, living at home, 20, living at home, working. And they be like, I'll give you $15 for the week. $15 for the week, $25 for the week. What? It's like, you live here. There's rent to be paid. There's food we got to pay for it. I mean, if people can't like pitch into each other to help each other get ahead, we'll never get ahead. Like you said, bro, we will never get ahead because somebody's always been held down because somebody else is not carrying the fair amount of weight. And if you got a whole family working and everybody's working and making money, everybody should be pitching into the system because everybody can move ahead together instead of one person going up and all the rest are still down because this one person keeps stacking, and everybody else is suffering, carrying this person. It's like, man, everybody just pitch in. Be like, we can always make money. And that's the good thing about ride sharing delivery. And I did a video one time talking about that. If people out here are, you know, they owe money in child support and stuff like that, you shouldn't be in arrears in child support. Just do ride share over the weekend. Guaranteed, if you do ride share or you do food delivery over the weekend, you could pay off your child support because you'll make so much money. You'll be like, dude, I just made 3 months worth of child support in one day. I pay $150 a day. I just made $450 in one day. You got 3 months of child support. Bank it. Throw that shit in the bank. Now pay your child support for 3 months. And then do another 2 or 3 weekends. But enough people, I don't see how people are in arrears with child support when we got gig work on the table. We got apps on the table. But you hear women, oh, I'm not getting no child support. How? There's rideshare apps out. Well, he's up in the nightclubs. He's traveling with his girlfriend and her kids. And he's doing this and doing that. It's like his ass could just be sitting there, doing Uber Eats for all Saturday, use all the money he made Saturday to give to you. Now he's got the other 29 days of the month to himself because he just paid child support by working one day. So he's good 29 other days to yourself now. But it makes no sense to me how we have these tools in front of us. We got these YouTube channels in front of us teaching us how to make money. We've got drivers all in the comments, drivers always trying to help other drivers out, not waste time. And you got people saying, well, man, I'm broke. Are you broke? Like, you can't be broke financially. So are you broke? Like, your soul broken? You're mentally broken? Because there's money to be made out there, but you keep saying, well, I'm broke. You can't be broke. Not in today's world. There's way too much money to make in this world. How can you be broke? It's like, there's no way. Like, as long as I got a working car or somebody allows me to use a car, rent a car, there's no way I could be broke because I'm going to get up every day and be like, I'm going to do the best I can do today. And like Thomas said, spiritually, bro, you can't just in clean conscience sit up there, make you a big ass bowl of spaghetti at somebody's house, eat somebody's, toasted ravioli at their house and everything, kick back, flicking channels on their TV, but you say, I'm broke. The last 4 hours, you just did all that shit in 4 hours. You could have used 2 of those hours to do rideshare delivery. And if you can make $40 an hour, that's $80. $80. Do it 10 days a month. That's $800 you just made in only 10 days. And you're only doing it 2-3 hours a day. Just do 2-3 hours a day for 10 days. Make your 800. Give that to the household. That's it. Now you're done. But a lot of people don't want to give that time and that effort and that energy to help a household out because to them, it's about them coming up, not all of us coming up. And that's why I like running the channel the way I run it. I want all of us to come up. I love seeing people making money. I love hearing people not have financial problems because we're trying to come up with financial solutions. That's what we do, man. That's what we do. When somebody says they're broke, ask what part of Somalia do you live in? Now, those people are broke. Trust me. It's like, you want to know what broke is? Go to Somalia. You'll walk down the street. There's no paved roads. There's sheets hanging at the front door. The houses are leaning sideways because the wind was blowing one day. If rain gets on the roof, the whole thing collapses. That's broke. You kicking back, playing, Nintendo PX5, whatever they got, and you sitting there like, I'm broke. Dude, you've got a $500 console in front of you. You've got a big ass flat screen in front of you. You got shoes on your feet. You got a roof over your head. You just don't want to leave the house. A lot of people say we broke because that's their justification for not giving to the house. And you can easily alleviate being broke by leaving the house, getting money, coming back to the house. Here, I got money to donate to the cause now. I got money to give to the household now. But just sitting there going, man, I'm broke. I ain't got nothing to give. Well, you got time, right? Yeah. Get your ass out there and drive a little bit. Do a couple of deliveries. Go buy Kiki's ebook. You know what? She's got an ebook. You can go buy the ebook and learn how to do delivery the most efficient way possible. So you can't be broke. Supreme said, damn, now I got to get up and go drive. Hey, you know what? When you go out there and make about $100 in about 2.5 hours, you're going to be like, damn, I'm glad I got out today because somebody need a ride and they willing to pay you for it. You be like, or else somebody right now is like, I don't want to leave the house. Shit, let's order some Chinese food. All right, put $25 tip on there. Somebody will bring it. It's like, hell yeah, somebody going to bring it at $25. Like even you throw a $10 tip on something, somebody's going to grab that shit and bring it to your house real quick. But it's the people that don't put tips on and be like, man, I ordered my food 2 hours ago. I don't know if the restaurant is slow. I don't know if there's no drivers in my area. Oh, no, the restaurant's wide the fuck open. Drivers are all around, but look at the tip section. There's a dash right there, motherfucker. If it's a dash, ain't nobody taking that. Like, no, put something in that dash. I don't care if it's $3, $8, something. Put something on that dash right there. Because if it ain't nothing on the dash, trust me, your food ain't getting picked up. It's going to be sitting there for a few hours. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, and Kiki said, that's what I'm doing, Jeff. 6 months at my parents and 6 months Airbnb on the road. Saves money, have balance, and more time with your family, living alone. Yep. And see, and that's the thing, Key. You've got a financial plan, and you're disciplined enough to do the plan. A lot of people live by the seat of their pants. The old store owner I picked up last night, the guy who had the kids who used to go talk to the parents, he was saying the same thing. He was like, today's society, the problem is people don't have discipline enough to get things done. And he says people have a discipline when they want to go get drugs. They are very efficient at finding out where the drugs are, who has the drugs, what time they can pick the drugs up, where they can smoke the drugs, when they can smoke the drugs, why they want to smoke. They put all this time and effort into doing the drugs they want to do. But when it comes time to doing something beneficial, they don't plan on that. There's no plan for that. But they could plan on, okay, Friday, I'm going to go get the dope from this dude. I got to meet him here at this time. So I got to organize me a ride to get there to make sure I meet him so I can go get the stuff. And then this and that. Then we'll get back. We'll go to her house. We're going to smoke it there. And I was like, man, he is so right. The most efficient people, even people in prison, they're like, you know, geniuses when it comes to businesses. They just doing the wrong business. They're putting all their playing and all their effort and mental energy in the wrong direction, because people can plot and plan and get things done so much, but it's always around something that's going to waste time. Dudes will spend all day. Girls will spend all day. Everybody's getting dressed. Everybody's on screen. They'll get to the nightclub. They have all the money. They got the tables. They got the drinks. They got the bottle service. They got the ride set up and everything else. But if you ask them how to get something done, they can't do it. Well, how in the hell did you just plan this whole night out kicking it? Because they wanted that. When you want something bad enough, you're going to plan on it. You're going to plot on it. You're going to get it done. And that's what it comes to when it comes to this money. If you want it bad enough, like he said, you got a 6-month plan. You got a year plan. You got all this stuff going on, and you have the discipline to do it. What up, Gary? My man. Thomas said, I'm a drug addict. It's not a moral deficiency. He said, I'm a drug addict. It's not a moral deficiency. That's right. A rising tide lifts all ships. Jeff, your positivity is amazing. That's right. Vinny said the same thing. A rising tide lifts all boats. That's it, man. Hey, Greg, I'm sorry to hear about your mom, man. Breast cancer took care of her last day, but I have to have love in your heart. You're right. You got to have love in your heart to do something like that, to give up your life, to sacrifice your life to do for somebody else. You got to do that, man. Steve, what? 3 rides on X this morning, total 5.2 miles, paid $34 over $6 a mile. There you go. Thanks to great channels like this and a few others, good money can be made. Hey, $6 a mile. I run a 400-mile fuel tank. That would be $2,400 worth of revenue sitting in my gas tank when I filled it up. If I drove like Steven, I would have paid $50 to fill up that tank, and I'll crank out $2,400 with that tank of gas. That's how you drive smarter, brother. You thinking about the dollars per mile. You're not just doing busy work, running circles around yourself. No, because you can do 50-cent a mile rides all day. Imagine if you did all that for 50 cents a mile. At 5.2 miles, you've been unpaid. At 5, they probably gave you minimum for everything. All 3 trips would be minimum. You make like, $10 on all those miles. You'd have $10. Instead, you more than tripled it. That's how you drive smarter, brother. That's how you drive smarter. Man. Hey, Thomas, good job, brother. Going in on 1 year. Hey, that's good, man. Because I'm going to tell you right now, drugs are it's more psychological and physical than what people believe, because a lot of times you do the drugs because it not only makes you feel a certain way, but it makes you forget about the responsibilities you have on the back end, because responsibilities are overwhelming. I mean, imagine if you never had a kid and all of a sudden you got a kid. That responsibility is overwhelming. And you like, I got to take care of this whole life. And some people can't handle that much stress. 1 kid, imagine having 3, 4, 5 kids. It gets over, and then you got rent to pay. Oh, now you got a car. Now you got a boss on your back all day. Sometimes life can get so overwhelming, people will say, I'm going to just start drinking. They'll start drinking afterward because they want to forget about the day. It makes them forget about responsibility, forget about accountability. So drinking just solves everything. Then it goes to other drugs. Those drugs are solving. The only thing it's solving is their feelings toward the situation. But the situation still exists. The drugs make them forget that the situation still exists. Once the drug wears off, the situation is still sitting there. So what do? Take more drugs, because I don't want to work on that situation. I don't want to do that. So you go drink or you go smoke some weed or whatever, this and that. You keep saying, I don't want to deal with that situation, and I don't want to be in the right state of mind to deal with it. After a while, it becomes habitual. It becomes like psychological. I've had a good life. I've had a great life. I've been living good. I've been living comfortable. I've been having fun because I've been doing drugs. Not because I've handled that situation, but because I've been doing drugs. So people turn to, because I've been doing drugs, my life is good, my life is better, versus because I fix this situation, my life is better. As a mechanic, I like to fix problems, because I can have a broken down car and be like, man, I got to fix this damn car. Damn. I can smoke weed and not even think about the car. Now, if I get into the habit of smoking weed, not worrying about the car, I think my life is good. Because every day I'm like, dude, I get home, I fire up me a joint, I'm kicking back at the pool, I'm relaxed, I'm cool, man. My life is good. I never fixed the car. The car is still there. But as long as I keep smoking, the car is not there. So that's what, to me, that's what a lot of people turn to drugs for. It's not because, you know, I think their life is overwhelming. A lot of superstars do the same thing. A lot of superstars have an overwhelm. They got agents, they got managers, they got lawyers, they got real estate agents, they got businesses always trying to get them involved in some shit. Excuse me. They got businesses always involved in some shit to the point where it becomes so overwhelming. They think, if I just do drugs, none of that exists. What can I do to escape all of that? Here's the pill. Take this pill and you'll forget about all that. And they do. They take the pill. And now they say, oh man, this feels so good. And for 2 days, they're like zoning out. They're at the pool, they're drinking, they're partying, there's music playing, they're dancing all crazy and shit. And for 2 days, they live the best life they could possibly live because they were on drugs. And that situation never existed. But in reality, the situation is still there. The agents are still there. The lawyers are still there. The business proposals are still there. The career is still there. Give me another pill because I don't want to worry about that. And that's how drugs get. They get me. I know the only way to get past a problem is to solve that problem, handle that situation. Like I said, with the truck sitting on the driveway, most people would have gave up on that truck when they couldn't get the axle out. They're like, man, I can't get this fucking axle out. This thing's heat welded in there. What did I do? I pulled the Jeep around and got the Jeep winch and I yanked that shit out with the Jeep winch. Because I'm like, I can get it out, but it's going to take some thinking. Smoking a joint ain't going to get that thing out. Smoking a joint is going to make me not care about it being in there. And that truck would have still been sitting there for 2 weeks with the axle heat welded in there because I'm just smoking weed every day. I'm like, I'm smoking weed. I ain't worried about it. So what do? Take care of the problem. Get the axle out. Now the axle's out. Order a new axle. They send the wrong shit. Okay, they sent me the wrong axle. What do? I send that axle back. I start looking at other sellers, find the right axle, install the axle. The axle is in. All I got to do is fill it with fluid, put the wheels on, truck's done. And at any point in time did I have to do a drug or drink to get that done, which is why it's done. Now, had I did any drinking or any smoking or anything like that, that would have never got done because I would have not cared. I'd have been like, my life is good. I'm kicking it. I'm partying. I'm at the club. I'm turned up. I'm drunk. I got bottle service. We got weed in the back. We did. Well, what about that truck in your driveway? Oh, I'll deal with that tomorrow. But I'm not going to deal with it tomorrow. I'm going to smoke weed again, so I ain't got to worry about it. And that's how life becomes overwhelming for people to the point where they turn to drugs. And so, to me, drugs is a pacifier. It's not a solution. And I think that, like, when I was young, I used to smoke weed because I lived in some pretty rugged hoods and shit, and everybody smoked weed when we was young. So we smoked weed and go shoot basketball, and it makes you forget the hood you living in. You sitting there like, oh man, you know, we live in a crime-infested neighborhood, and we didn't think about that. We were high, we were playing basketball, we was having fun, we playing video games, eating, you know, chocolate and shit like that. The M shirt. Oh, I got the M shirt in the room, man. I wear it all the time. Exactly. And so, yeah, if I had $1 for it, I'll put it off till tomorrow. But see, that's why I think a lot of people, you know, turn to drugs because it's the psychological aspect of, I don't want to deal with life. I don't want to deal with the situations that life presents me. I want to pretend that my life is fun. I want to make it less, you know, overwhelming. What can I do? Here's the pill. And I've just never been that here's the pill person. I've always been like, okay, what tools do I need? Oh, I need to buy this. And that's why when I do my repair videos, I tell people all the tools that I use to solve whatever I'm working on. If I use the winch, I'll say I use the winch to do this. If I go buy a new socket at the store, I'll put on a video, me at the store buying the new socket with the socket size on it so people know what tool to use. Not at one point do they see a can of beer or a joint in any of my videos. That's not what I'm using. I'm not using a can of beer. I'm not using weed. There's a tool that I use, and this is the tool you need to solve that problem. If there's a welder you need, I'll show you. You need to get a welder. If it's an angle grinder, here's an angle grinder. If there's a socket, you need this for the socket. At no point will you see a can of beer or a joint because that will never solve your problem. Your problem will always exist until you solve it. When you solve it and you have no problems around, celebrate. Go get you a big ass can of beer. Go get you a joint because you ain't got shit else to do. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. No, but serious though, if you ain't got shit else to do, then go get you a can of beer. Go get you a joint. Fire that shit up. Sit in the backyard because you don't have any problems to worry about. But if you ain't at that point to where you got everything solved and everything done, you don't need to have that beer. You don't need to take that pill. You don't need to be at the club, turn up. There's a lot of people at the club turn up right now. Every Saturday, they all turn up. And they behind on rent. They phone finna be turned off. They ain't paid tuition for the semester. They, the credit card bill is 2 payments behind, and they just don't even care no, because they're at the club, they turn up, they drinking. They got smoke. Somebody showed up with some drink. And I'm like, man, it's like, you help so many people. I wish you could have a beer. And I got beer in the house. I got beer I ain't even drank yet. I've thrown so much beer in the trash because clients, when I used to take people to parties and clubs and stuff like that, they would put beer in my car and be like, dude, we can't take the beer in. Is it cool if we just give it to you? Cool. I'll just throw it in my trunk. I always have like Modelo. I had Budweiser. I had whole cases of beer in my garage. I started throwing that shit away because I'm too busy to drink. I got too much shit to do. So it's like, I'll drink when I have time. And I just ran out of time. I just throw the shit away because it sits in the garage too long. It's like, man. Hey, Talib, Kweli, my man. Was knocked down for a little bit, sold my car because I didn't have any money to fix it. Then bought another car that had problems. Fixing now, so I'm back on the road. Juice. There you go, brother. Hey, you don't let nothing hold you back. You always keep coming with a new solution. You're like, oh, brick wall, get that wrecking ball, bam, right through the brick wall. Something else happened. Brick wall, wrecking ball, right through the brick wall. Keep knocking it down. Just keep knocking it down, brother. That's how you do it. And you probably didn't smoke weed the whole time. No, I'm just kidding. He's like, no, actually, I did smoke weed at the dealership because they were stressing me out. No. But for real though, so I'm glad Thomas kind of said that. I'm proud of Thomas, saying he's been sober for a year, because to me that means Thomas is ready for life. He's ready to take on the challenges that we all have to face as people who grow, mature, evolve, have problems, work through problems. Makes you a stronger person. And a lot of people who aren't strong, they turn to that pill, they turn to that joint, and they always have the same lifestyle, the same problem, because they never say, I need to stop relying on a substance to get me through my day, to get me through the night. I need to stop relying on that substance. I need to just stand up to my problem, my situation, and say, I'm taking care of that tomorrow. Or it's going to take me 3 months to take care of that. Give me 3 months. I'm going to take care of it. Because if you drink for 3 months straight and never attack the problem, now the problem's still sitting on the table. So now you got 3 more months. So now it took you 6 months to get to it. If you drink for a whole year, it took you a year and 3 months to do it now. But if you say, tomorrow I'm going to start working on that problem. Like when I was working on this truck every day, I would wake up, hit retailers. Because see, the thing about that axle is, if you've ever worked on an axle, a differential, nobody wants to sell you part of a differential. They want to sell you the whole piece. $2,500, $1,200, whatever it costs. They want to sell you the entire rear axle. Nobody wants to sell you just parts to it. Now, if you want to buy just a part to it, it's pretty expensive anyways. The bar, just that bar I used with the studs on the end of it. That's all it had the wheel speed sensor, had the studs, and it was the bar. That alone, $272. It's like $100 bar probably. It's $100. I would say it's about $100 bar. $272. But I'd rather pay the $272 and charge my customer that than say $2,500 I had to put a whole new rear end on your truck. I'm not hitting him with a $2,500 bill. So it took me a while to finally find somebody to sell the right piece, the right one, the right size, not the wrong one, because I ordered the wrong one, had to send it back because they sent me the wrong side and everything. They were willing to sell me pieces, but they couldn't figure out which piece to send me because whoever took the axles off marked them wrong. They didn't think that the pieces were opposite lengths, or different lengths. So they sent me the wrong side. But it's sometimes, and that's the problem that I deal with when working with cars, but I have patience. Because I don't say, you know what, man, this shit stressed me the fuck out. Man, just give me a joint. I'm tired of this truck. Give me a joint. No, every day I would get online and I'll spend like 30, 40 minutes checking all yards here in Phoenix. Yards will only sell it for $1,200. Brand new, $2,500, this and that. Nope. And I just kept searching. Finally, I found a place that said, we'll sell you one, but it's going to be a little expensive and we have to order it special too. It's like, all right, let's do it. Let's do the deal. And I got it. But that's what it takes sometimes. So, when you can handle life and you handle the challenges life throws at you, and I'm still out driving while this is going on. I'm still out driving, making money. I'm getting, shafted by Lyft. When I'm like, damn, Lyft kicked my ass tonight. It's all happening. And I never once said, I need a beer or I need to smoke some weed to get over this. That's the point that Thomas came to a year ago when he decided, I want to start handling life. I know life is hard. I know it's a challenge. I know there's shit that I got to do, but I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to wake up. I'm willing to wake up every day and handle whatever's coming down the pipe, whether it's good or bad. Celebrate all the victories. And that's the thing. I love this channel because we celebrate all the victories, because we know we have all the trials as we're going to be going through. And a lot of the pages, the channels out there only talk about the trials. They only complain about the trials. They only complain about the problems. They never celebrate the victories. Those drivers will never clap for you when you have a $100 hour. They'll never clap for you because that's not what they're here for. They don't want to see the evolution of who we are as drivers being more intelligent and not just being little peasants and Formica and ants and shit. Greg Villa, F1. Yeah, I watch F1. Yep. I watch all racing. I used to race motorcycles. I love racing. The technology behind it is great. The engineering is great. All right, Talib, brother. Hey, you're very welcome, brother. Very welcome. But yeah, and I tell people, it's just, we've got to, learn to adapt to things. And those drivers will never celebrate who we are as successful drivers, because a lot of them weren't successful at it. And they'll admit they weren't successful at it. But to them, it wasn't them that wasn't successful. It was the apps fucked them. But we're using the exact same apps they used, but we're using it differently than how they used it. We're not letting the apps lead us. We're leading the apps to what we want. That's the difference. And a lot of them will spin their wheels in mud, taking all the shit the apps will sending them. And man, I'm tired of these apps. These apps are sending me $9 rides. And I have to take this ride, 30 miles and I only got like $19 for it. That's a choice. That's a conscious choice you made to do that. A conscious choice. Now, if somebody tip baits you, that's not your fault. People get tip baited because people lie. That's what they do. But for the most part, these people will not celebrate our victories because they weren't victorious at it. So when I started my channel, even from day one, I said, I always want to help you either make money or save money. And we celebrate the victories, no matter how small they are. Because today you might have a $500 day. Tomorrow you might wreck your car. But at least we celebrated the $500 day when the $500 day happened. We didn't not celebrate the $500 day. You wrecked your car. And we say, see, that's why you should have never did ride share, you idiot, you stupid, you blood. We don't do that. We don't do that on this channel. We celebrate all the victories because we know the trials are out there. We know the shit's coming down the pipe. So we just celebrate with each other and be like, at least we can be happy for what we can do. A lot of people, they don't do that for us. They won't do that for us. And we know that. So we've got to kind of steer ourselves around those channels so that energy don't bleed into who we are. And it muddies up our efforts to keep making this money the way we make it. Like I said, what time? 3:52. So it's almost 4 o'clock. I got to run in here. I got to shower, get this car ready because I want to be on the road by like 5 today, at least 5. And it's 3:52 right now. But I appreciate you all, coming on the live. I know midday, I rarely do these damn lives, but I need to get more into it. I'll start trying to do more. And I appreciate the 2 winners, King James and my Mr. Gambit. I'm going to get you guys your shirts. Next week, I'll have another drawing. I got to do a couple of, these 2 shirts will still be available because I got to make the 2 for these guys. And then next week, we'll have another drawing. We'll do the same thing, how we did it. And hopefully, I'll try to do the team thing where 2 people, so each person has 2 chances to win instead of just 1 chance to win. It'll kind of be a team thing. But all right, Mr. Gary, man, I'm about to go out there and try to get it, brother. A lot of guys out here today making that money. Everybody's doing good. Thomas, I hope he pulls it together. Call them restaurants ahead of time. Let them know, hey, I am on my way. Have this food ready so I can get it moving. I'm really coming there. Have it ready because I don't want to sit and wait. I mean, they're wasting your time, and that's money out of your pocket. So hopefully they go get that. They get that together for you, Thomas. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate you guys. It's over 2.5 hours. I was only supposed to do this for like 30, 40 minutes. All right, Steven. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Hey, keep going out there getting that money, man. Hey, you doing it the right way, brother. I'm trying to drive like you. So it's like when I get out there, I'm looking for all short trips, smart trips, getting money quick, getting it in. I'm getting out of there, man. I'm not driving all night. I'm just trying to get in, get that money, and I'm gone. And that's how we got to do it, brother. All right, y'all. Hey, peace. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I will see y'all on the next video. I'll be doing a weekend earnings video, but it's pretty much going to be like what we just talked about, but it'll still be a good video. All right, y'all. Appreciate you guys. I'll talk to y'all later.